immerse myself in this excellent tale. Cool, cool, cool. All right, chapter 27. I'm gonna move the computer a little bit. Tom looked up from the farmer's sink where he stood doing the dishes. Perched on the windowsill over the sink, a Coleman lantern hissed out brilliant, harsh white light. She asleep? About 30 seconds after she told me how she'd never sleep again, Alex said. Fingering up a dish towel, she accepted a dripping plate and began to dry. Actually, I don't think she would have settled down without Mina. And if you hadn't dragged out the mattresses and made up beds in front of the fireplace, how do you... And if you hadn't dragged out the mattresses and made up beds in front of the fireplace, how do you get so experienced in dealing with kids? 12 years of 4 little sisters. Tom finished a handful of forks from the soapy water, scrubbed, dumped them in rinse water. 4? Ouch. What did you do wrong? Tom handed over the cutlery for her to dry. My parents split when I was 8. Then my dad got remarried, and he and my stepmom started cranking out babies. It was okay. Kids are cute. Where's your family now? She asked. Nowhere good. What do you mean? They live in Maryland, right outside of D.C. In the Coleman's not. Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on. I'm getting cold. Let me get this cover. All right. Oh, I just dropped my headphones. No. All right. I'll put this somewhere for now. Oh. All right. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see. In the Coleman's light, his features were flattened and void of color, all except the darkling shadows beneath his eyes. That's about as ground zero as you can get. And you say I watch too many movies. Tom, you're making an awful lot of assumptions. We have no idea what's going on. You're right, Tom huffed out a breath. Hang around a war zone long enough, you begin to always assume the worst. Sorry. So, what about your parents? She didn't stop to think about sugarcoating it. My parents are dead. His face fell. I'm sorry. Don't be. You didn't know. How long have you been alone? That surprised her. After the initial shock and embarrassment, why people were embarrassed she never did understand. Unless it was one of those better you than me moments, people asked how her parents died. The way they asked always bothered her, as if they had this, hunger for bad news. Like when people slowed down to look at an accident or gathered to watch lions feed at the zoo. Couple years, but I'm not really alone. I live with my aunt near Chicago. She paused. You really think the cities aren't safe? Depends. He was silent a moment, still staring into the dirty dishwater. And then he said, I think I know a way we can find out. The icy wind was a steady nor'wester from Canada, sawing through the lookout's tower struts with enough power to make the metal hum. Wrapped in the ranger's heavy sheepskin coat, Alex shivered as much from the metal's moans as the cold. The deeply emerald light of a waning three-quarter moon bathed the landscape in a dank gray-green. The color reminded Alex of a pond at high summer when the algae bloomed. At the very top of the tower, 70 feet above the ground, a walkway ran on all 4 sides of a square cab. Inside the cab was a waist-high table, and on the table squatted 2 pieces of equipment, one protected by a plastic sheath and the other by a dark metal. Vaguely military-looking rectangular box with 6 metal clasps. Between the plastic sheath was a digital battery-powered CB, just as dead as all their electronics. She aimed the flashlight at the metal box as Tom forced the squalling clasp spotted with rust. I don't want to say anything around Ellie, he said, levering the last glass. I'd half decided to wait until tomorrow when it's light. Nearly everything looks better during the day, but now is a good time as any. What is it? The main body of the unit was light gray, but the face was a darker gray-green, like the moonlight, and studded with controls. Some lever-type dual controls that could be clicked from one setting to another, and others, like the round knob, Alex knew from Aunt Hannah's gas stove. I don't know why, but my brain paused for a second. What? There was a very large control knob in the center that controlled a black dial scored with white numbers and hash marks. Alex read the bold silver letters Heathkit, and above that, in a much smaller inset, SB 101. Old hand radio receivers, my guess. I've seen guys who use this in hunting cabins. Tom pointed to a coil of wire spooling over the table to a car battery. All you need is the inverter here to make sure you don't fry the radio and you're set. Will it work? It should. This is old, which means pre-solid state. The guts are tubes, not transistors. Of course, that presupposes there's someone transmitting. Well, we can't be the only people left on Earth, she said. There's got to be other old radios like this out there. And if the cars don't work, there's still plenty of batteries. Besides, worst case scenario, if you're right and it's all of North America, there's other countries. Someone's got to be somewhere. The radio worked. Tom zeroed out the frequency, then slowly goosed the large dial, moving with exquisite care like a safecracker, listening for the telltale click of a tumbler. There were no speakers, and they shared the one headphone. Tom turned up the volume loud enough that the crackle of static sounded like hard rain on Tim. There was a great deal of static, in fact. Too much. Tom said, especially for a cloudless night, which meant there must be a lot of atmospheric interference. But what does that mean? She asked. Shh. He fiddled with the large dial, feathering it with 2 fingers. I think... Through the static sizzle, Alex heard a soft murmur, and then a single word, control. Wait, she cried out. Right there. I got it. Hang on. The radio let out a sudden sawtooth crackle of static. Here, Tom said. I think... Firestorms, the radio spat. Atlantic seaboard. What? Alex said. System failures. Ground-based. Secondary nuclear events. Oh, Jesus, said Tom. What? Nuclear? What does that mean? Alex asked. Do you understand what he's saying? I think so. Well, what? In a bit. Tom's free hand found her icy palm and held on. I know you want it all right this second, but let's see how much we can get out of this, okay? If one guy's broadcasting, there's got to be another. And there are people in other countries. And then we'll have a better picture. Picture? Of what? How could Doomsday get any better? She didn't want to wait. She wanted the answer now. But instead, she gritted her teeth and concentrated on parsing words from the static. Under the age of children, panic. More words, broken by sputters of static, dribbled from the headphones. Words that were phantoms woven from thin air, spinning a nightmare. When that signal faded, they got another, this time from England, and then another from somewhere in Africa. By the end of it all, her eyes were still dry, but Tom's hand gripped hers hard enough to hurt. So that's why the moon is green. In the kitchen, next to the wood stove, Alex hugged a mug of tea from which all the heat had long since gone. 2 hours ago, they'd been scarfing Oreos, and now the world was in flames. Well, half the country, which was enough. I remember now. We studied Krakatoa in world history. After that blew, the sunsets were bloody, and the moon was blue and green because of all the ash in the air. Our teacher said that the sky in that screen painting by Munch, he painted it that way because he actually seen it, right after Krakatoa. She looked across at Tom. It's the same, isn't it? Maybe. Tom hesitated. If what we heard is right, it might not be, though. Tom, we've heard it a couple times over from different people in different countries, so there has to be some truth to it. Unless they're just repeating a story. But the story makes sense, doesn't it? You wipe out power and communications with a bunch of those E-bombs, boom, no power, nothing works. That guy from England said there was enough all around the world to knock out just about every country. But it might be only rumors. People panic. They can't know for sure without satellites, which are gone. You're the one who said that would happen. You know that means there's no space station either. Without computers, they can't come back here. And nothing works up there, so they either suffocated or froze. And now they're orbiting in that big dead tin can. They'll be up there until the orbit decays, and they'll burn up. It still might not be everywhere, Tom said stubbornly. We only picked up 5 broadcasts. We were lucky to get those. Besides, you thought of this days ago. What did you call it? Mutually assured destruction? Well, you were right. Good for you. You know, I didn't want to be right about this. Maybe not, but hey, Alex said at a bitter laugh. You called it. Not all of it. Tom's face was bone white in the Coleman's light. His mouth was a black gash. I didn't think about E-bombs and targeting nuclear waste storage facilities. More bang for the buck. No, the facilities wouldn't explode like an atomic bomb. Same diff. You're not the only geek in the universe. I had a weird physics teacher who really got into doomsday, especially after that earthquake in Japan when those reactors in Fukushima started going critical. Besides, it's not that hard to understand. You set off bombs over the facility, the water cooling the waste rods vaporizes, the rods melt and realize radioactive steam, and then boom, just like back in the 80s with Chernobyl. Do you know how fast the core overheated there? No. Only a few seconds after they tried to scram the reactor. Her eyes stung, and she could feel the bright burn of panic in her chest. Like I said, he was a real geek. We spent 2 whole days on Chernobyl. It took something like 40 seconds for the temperature to spike and radioactive steam to build up to the point where that the first boiler blew. 40 seconds. The fires went on for weeks, and that released even more radiation. That's what's happening out there, over and over and over again. Only it's 1,000 times more destructive because the facilities are bigger. Come on, you're the explosion guy. You know about firestorms and pressure waves from nuclear explosions. Everything melts or vaporizes, and that's just the first day. Alex, because without power, there's no way to cool any of the remaining reactors or the rods in the facilities that weren't hit. Alex, calm down. Which means they blow up too. Every plant and every storage facility in the country, around the world, everywhere. Hey, stop. He was out of his chair now. This isn't doing any good. I don't care. The moon is green, Tom. It's green, she thought. She was shouting. The words cut like knives in her throat. But all that came out of her mouth was a tortured, watery wheeze. The world's over. There's crap and dust and debris in the air, and people are dead. They just dropped dead when the E-bombs went off. And the ones who didn't will die. They'll starve or get radiation sickness or kill each other. And what about those kids and Jim? We still don't know what happened to them, or if other people have changed, or when we will. But we haven't. We're not dead. We haven't changed, and we're not going to. You don't know that. Yes, I do. Kneeling, he captured her hands. Look at me. Listen to me. I don't believe in God, but I do believe in fate. What is that? Shut up and listen. I've lived through firefights you wouldn't believe. You don't know how often I thought I was toast, that I thought, this is it. I'm going to die. But I made it home. I made it here. He reached up to cup the back of her neck. I made it in time to save you and Ellie. That was luck. It was fate. I was exactly where I needed to be at exactly the right moment. I refuse to believe that we've gone through all of this just to die, he said fiercely. Now we are alive. We're safe. I'm not going to let anything happen to you or Ellie, and that's a promise. Fate or not, that's not the kind of promise you can keep. I've got a monster in my head that might have other ideas. Oh, but she wanted him to believe. She wanted to believe him. She was shaking all over, a deep and visceral shudder, so strong she was afraid she would blow apart. But where will we, where are we going to go? We can't go back. Where? We don't have to go anywhere right now. We'll think of something. Come on, I've got you. Ease down. Somehow, he pulled her from her chair, and they were on the floor. And she was clinging to him, every muscle tight as a coiled spring. And then he clasped her to his chest, the way he had Ellie, and they were rocking back and forth. It's okay. I've got you, he said, holding her tight. Ease down. I've got you, Alex. I've got you. She wept then, for Jack and Ellie and poor loyal Lena and her own dead parents, lost forever, for her aunt, whom she would never see again. She cried for Tom and especially his little sisters who lived near DC, which really was nowhere good. She even wept for the astronauts riding a doomed orbit beneath an alien moon. And Alex wept for fear, too. As bad as things were, she thought things were going to get a lot worse. Because where there was one Jim, one ponytail blonde, one basketball boy, there might be others. And no telling if one of them might be next. Woo! So that's chapter 27. They finally got more information and have concluded what had happened around the world. EMP bombings that not only took out everything electrical, but set off all nuclear plants that basically has half of the world on fire. And that explains why the moon is blue and green, on and off. So what do you guys think about this? If you were in this situation, how would you feel? If you found this out, how would y'all feel? Bombs? I'm weak. Is that the part you're like, hey, that's lit? Wait, no, those are bombs, sir. To be honest, I could try drawing them sitting down on the floor about this situation, her crying in his shoulder and stuff. I might try and do that. Ugh. This means my mixtape was bought. Get out, Donzilla. Oh my god. That's horrible. Let me see. So let me see if I could draw this scene. Because, like, this is quite a pivotal moment. This is when they realize that they're screwed. But they're going to try and survive one way or another together. So let me just grab this color. And we're just going to draw this. Oh, let me put the music back up. Hold on. First, I gotta disconnect this. Plug this back in. Wait a few moments. And then I wouldn't know how I'd feel, but I'd still be scared as a bitch. I mean, same. The world's on fire? Nuclear. Nigga, radiation? Zombies? Oh, no, I'm good. Like, no, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good on that. Oh, wow, those fingers. Anyway. Like, I'd be thinking I was the chosen one or some shit, like it's my job to save the world or something. Oh, no, honey. I mean, you could try. Doesn't mean that me saying that says anything, but, like, definitely, if you think you could possibly fix things, then totally. But before you could try and fix things, you would probably have to wait until the radiation chills out, for one. So you would have to wait a few years. That would be your first thing, because if you go anywhere near anything, you are gonna die from radiation sickness. So if anything, you would have to first reinstate the fact that, you know, you can survive and help as many people as you can, build a community, and, you know, just help and protect as many people as you could. Another thing is that if you haven't figured it out by yet, Danzilla, you're going to also have a tough situation dealing with the children. Because, like I said, a lot of young kids, a lot of young people were affected. So if you have any chance of actually, you know, having a future, you're going to have to determine who's still human and who's not. You're going to have moments where, you know, kids having a moment, you're going to have to let them go. Because one of the parts of saving the future is you're going to have to save the kids. And a lot of the elderly, as you can tell, are old and don't really give a fuck about them kids, especially if they don't got the kids themselves. They're going to be like, fuck them kids. So you're going to have to be the mediator between them as well. Because old people are going to try and kick the kids out, because fuck them kids. And so on and so forth. There's a lot of this world's already messy as it is, you know. So there's going to be a lot of stuff you got to get through as someone who would want to help save the world. Save the world's future, if anything. So knowing that, how would you deal with that situation? People are going to not fuck with the kids. Old people are going to be trying to save themselves if they're not already maternal. Like if they never had kids themselves and don't really care about the kids, they're going to try and hurt them. And the kids that have turned, what are you going to do about them? Are you going to shoot them or are you going to let them go? Because like Alex has suspected, they're just as human before they turned. So you are still killing a life at the end of the day. Oh shit! Wow, Donzilla! Wow! Oh fuck! You said fuck them kids. Wow. Well, Donzilla, I'm sorry to say, but that might be the bad choice. Like, I know you gotta do what you gotta do, but damn. You just killed a kid. Don't matter if it's a zombie kid, you still killed a kid. Kid still had its behaviors, probably still held around its baby teddy bear, like. They still have their habits, behaviors, and favorites and dislikes. If you're coming at me, I'm offing you. If I haven't found a way to save you, I'm offing you. You don't sound like a good hero, Dunzo. Oh, Jesus, I'll keep that in mind. If I run into your ass in an apocalypse, I'm steering clear of your ass. I'm good. Honestly, in an apocalypse, I'd probably solo it for a while. Although my best way of surviving after a few years would definitely be to build a community. But I'll keep my community as far away as you. God, I'm so hungry. I'll let them go on their own, but if they find me again, I gotta kill them. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, just don't kill them like that. That's not only is that dictatorship, but like, damn, nigga, like, no questions. Like, your people will fear you, and there'll probably be an uprising, if anything. Especially depending on when the apocalypse happens. If you're a young man, they're not gonna fuck with you. They will kill you. The elderly will kill you. My group's gonna have an age limit. You can't be too slow and you can't be too weak either. Dawn, how are you saving people if you say you saving the world? You know the world includes the weak and the slow, right? So you gonna be ableist in the apocalypse, fam? Because you know that's all you're gonna have left, right? Like in these next few chapters, you're gonna find out how many old people are left, like how many of the young people are left and how many of the old people are left. You have no choice. Like you're gonna be having very few people because you're forgetting, like you're only thinking about people that are going out to scavenge and this, that, and the third. But if you are also wanting to, for example, I don't know, farm, who are the majority of people who farm? Older people. So what if by chance you kick out a guy who was a farmer and you didn't even ask or know? Like, can't save the world when my whole group is weak and slow. I mean, you're assuming that everybody has to walk, that everybody has to travel. But that's actually how you kill everyone faster. That's a fact. You can't take everybody. That's not how it works. But if you're trying to move to another area, more recommendation than any is that you would leave someone you trust to run that area. So now you have operations in every place. That's even better, is it not? And then you get communication, because there's old ways to communicate. You get communication through those stations. Keep an eye on them. You keep up and keep track on them like once a year or some shit. Like that's how you would work to save the world. I don't know what you doing, but fam, that ain't the way. Whoa. You said fuck these niggas, fuck that nigga. Like, come on, fam. You know that in any tactical anything, just you have specified jobs. Not everyone can do the same job because everyone's special and doing something different. You would have people who are the farmers. You would have people who are the scavengers. You have people who are the cooks. Like, come on, fam. What if someone's like a culinary artist, but that nigga got a broken leg? You gonna turn that nigga away? Like, oh, you can't walk, nigga. You gotta get out. And he takes the rest of his family, is going out, taking some of the herbs and making like delicious meals in the forest. Because you were like, nah, fuck that nigga. Like, no. Like, come on, Donzilla. Like I said, only the old are left. But they're not just the old. These are people who still specialize in things that aren't as technological. They could show you things that you're not aware of. And a lot of them, if they can't leave, they're going to stay at camp. If they're really completely useless, then okay, unfortunate for them. You could give them a pack of food and then send them on their way. But aside from that, everyone has a way to help you if they can't go out there and scavenge for resources. That's a fact. Oh, another one could be medical too. Never forget medical. So there's farming, agriculture, medical, even a scientist possibly. Like, what if you could possibly use someone who's like, oh, I'm a scientist. It's like, oh, nigga, like, let's see if you could somehow find a way for the solution. Like, something sciencey, my nigga. Like, how do we redo the radiation, my nigga? Like, we gonna be eating prison food? I hate you so much. I stand clear of your camp, my nigga. No, I'm good. I am good. If I was one of those people that I hear when I say something, you're like, hey, that voice sounds familiar. Hey, is that Quincy over there? I'm like, okay, who are you? And you're like, oh, it's me, Don Diller. Remember on Twitch? I'd be like, oh, well, sure. Well, nice meeting you, but I gotta go. Goodbye. I'm steering clear of your eyes. Facts. You and your camp, because that sounds miserable. I'm good. I'm good. Pretty sure I can find young people in all those categories. Not all people in those categories are old. Yeah, but you're assuming that there's actually enough young people for that. When they say a majority, they meant a majority. Like, there's a reason why old people in this book are like, nah, just kill them. Because, like, there's too many kids that got turned. Like, to the point that if you're going to find a kid... Actually, there's not even a chance that you're okay. But if you are okay, there's not a chance that there's going to be somebody else that you know that's okay. What? Wow! Wow! I'm good. I'm just doing my own community. I ain't trying to get trapped. I'm good. Wow! What am I going to do for you? Draw? Am I supposed to just draw all day? Like, bring up the morale with pretty art? Like, come on. I would know something's up if I checked everybody else had something that you needed for scavenging and hunting and all this, and I'm the slowest bitch around, and I'm still here. I'd be like, nah, something's up. Either I'm about to be a prostitute, or something's up. I would have been, no, I'm gone. I would have left in the middle of the night. Goodbye. I'm dipping. I know my limits. I'm a slow ass bitch. I'm just saying, done. People need to get their hairs done too. I'm just saying. Oh, no old guys want some old wrinkly puss. Like, they're gonna want some young puss. Like, I'm crying, Donzilla. Get out. You're gonna have a whole prostitution ring too. Oh Lord. You're gonna be like, gotta get them young and pretty. Them bitches are useless. Gonna use them for prostitution then. You wanna stay here? You're gonna have to sell yourself. I'm like, damn. Sell yourself for food and protection, bitch. Like, oh, fuck. God, see, this is just from one person's explanation of what they do in the apocalypse building community. I don't even want to know what any other community would look like. I'm good. Hi there. I'm gonna solo this. It's too much. You be a pimp in the apocalypse. Oh shit. I told you, Donzilla, it's a lot to take care of. You gotta take care of all people's needs, and you have to be careful who you turn away. Especially if they come back later salty as fuck. Like, hey, remember when you turned me away? Now give me your camp, bitch. Like, whoa. Right, Nay? I'm fucking weak. God, bro, you should see what he was saying. Like, Donzilla's wild and out in the apocalypse. Especially if he's a leader. Hell nah, I'm good. Homeboy said he was gonna put me in hostage. I was gonna have a whole Stockholm syndrome. This is a broken ass finger, but it's whatever. I don't even know how to draw this anymore. Don was wilding out, man. I have no words for that. I guess I won't be a hero, but I'm killing anyone who look at me funny. Oh shit, Donzilla. I mean, at least you know. I just had to let you know. I'm glad I was able to like convince you, like, hey fam, it's a lot more work than you think. Like, you can't just be doing that shit, fam. Especially because the people will just be like, man, fuck this nigga. Like, the fact that these three were able to find each other and they were young is already a miracle in itself. That they are literally a miracle to have been able to do what they've done, to be able to be together as it is. That's literally a miracle. Like, because when we see other people's perspectives of how things went for them, they weren't as lucky. They really weren't. Not at all. Nay, you see this shenanigan? Like, I'm weak. Nobody want to survive with me. You gonna die by me. I'm gonna need your food. Not that last part. Wow. Fuck that. You pull up on me, nigga, I'm shooting. I'm good. What? Especially if I witness you do that to somebody else, then you try to pull up on me? I'm good, sir. I'm shooting without even saying anything. I won't say no hi, no nothing, just shoot. Hi, I'ma fuck with you. I'm weak, Nay. No, Nay. Don't do this because of fear. Fuck that nigga. Kill his ass. I'm weak. She said, I'm kidding. I'm weak. She said, yeah, no, it's like, I'm a bitch thug. I'm weak. Not a bitch thug. I'm weak. Oh, damn. This is not what I meant to do. There we go. God, I am so hungry. I'm about to ask my stepdad if we get food. I think I'm gonna do that real quick. A bitch is hungry, huh? No, stretch. All right, wait. Okay, I'm back. Oh shit, wait. Get out! What am I seeing? Using a puppy as bait? Nigga, what? That's what I'm doing. The radiation gonna be the least of everyone's worries. I see you before you see me. You gone. Might as well be a tree. Bushes everywhere. Anywhere a human can fit, I'll be their way and just lurk. And what? I'm gonna use puppy as bait too. Wow! Get out, Donzilla. What the hell? Why are you attacking people now? You're like, oh, I'm gonna be a hero. And then when I told you you can't be a hero like that, you're like, man, fuck that then. I'm gonna be a villain. Like, wait. Wait a minute. Not how that works. You're a human spider. Oh, here's an interesting question. If you ran into Berlin in the apocalypse, what would you do? Kill on sight or no? And if you're not gonna, what are you gonna do? Because if you remember all the things he did in all the apocalypse games, he's not someone you should keep in your group. He will betray, he will kill, and he will run. Like, I don't know about that, fam. Won't you bend down to get that puppy you did? Not a villain. I'm a survivor. I'm weak. No, now you're just being evil. You're straight up being evil. You said, fuck these niggas. You said everybody you come by. So what if you already got supplies for like a few months? You still killing people? Or are you gonna let them pass? Because you ain't gonna have enough to carry if you keep killing people. I'll leave that toxic nigga be. Holy. Damn. Nay said, no, I'm good on that. I'm offering. Whoa! And taking his shit. Why see it? You making a little bad. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm fucking weak. Wow. Oh, my God. You said, yeet that nigga. Wow. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I'm fucking weak. He's like, I'm off in that nigga, too. If I got enough, I won't kill, just go back into hiding. I'm gonna be like, Jeepers Creepers. What the fuck? So what, are you the boogeyman now, nigga? Like, the fuck? Boo-hoo, like he comes out when he's hungry. Like, nigga, what? Hungry for supplies, like, bro. Hi, Baker. Oh, weak. Danzo's gonna be like the boogeyman of the forest, killing everyone to not give him a chance to kill me. They're gonna know you by then. They're gonna be spreading rumors like, yeah, there's a nigga in the forest. We call him the boogeyman. Should we kill him? Maybe. Karma's gonna come for you, fam. If you keep doing that, karma's gonna come for you. They're gonna know where you live. They don't kill you. You snatching niggas? I love how he went from good to bad. Oh, boy. Godzilla said, fuck everybody. What happens when you get lonely? Because you killed everyone with no chance. One of those people could have been like someone that you could have really fucked with. Who are you going to talk to? A rock? The pet dog? The puppy that you've been using as a trap? I'm weak, Donzilla. Oh my god. She said, I mean, if you get lonely. Oh, fucking get out, board. No. Oh, Lord. No, get out. What material that he got, though? He's gonna fap to that sexy ass tree that got curbs over there? Like, what? Who he gonna fap to? Because everyone he knows he could fap to are dead. My hands have never failed me yet. Oh, Lord, board. Get out. Ew. Ew. How was your day today? Yeah, how has been everyone's day? Sometimes you already got that mental image. Oh shit. Yo, Quincy, trees be looking thick nowadays. Get Aladon. Oh shit. But yeah, that's true. You always still got the picture. That's just wild. I mean, you missed what Donzilla was saying earlier, yo. Like, this man was talking about how he just gonna kill everybody on sight. Like, he don't give a fuck. Like, no one survives past his area. Like, he gonna go back in his little cave when he got enough supplies. Like, damn, nigga. At least 3 porn videos in my head at all times. I'm good. Oh no, bored. You're gonna get bored. The fuck? My day was okay. I just slept and cleaned. Oh, relatable. I flunked to the botany exam. That was the extent of my day. Oh shit. Well, shit. Science is hard. Dunzo trying to be the one with nature. Quincy, Dunzilla, savage. Oh no. Lord. I was telling him what he gonna do when he gets lonely. Cause like, if you're killing everybody, not even a chance to talk or anything, you just killing them. They don't even know you there type shit. Like, how, like, what are you gonna do when you're lonely if you're not gonna trust anybody? Like, you just killing people left and right. You don't even let them survive. Like, damn. And here's the funny thing. He was just talking about earlier he gonna be a hero. Talking about how he gonna have this whole community he's gonna use to save the world. But he has certain criteria that are impossible to make in this type of world scenario. So basically, he would become a dictator and like be ruthless and basically scary and not as much as a hero anymore. And then he was like, well, fuck it, then fuck everybody. And I'm like, wow. Because I explained to him like his criterias in this type of world wouldn't work in any other type of apocalypse scenario. All that's left are the weak and slow, which he said was not going to be allowed in. And then he also assumed that everybody in camp would have to be scavenging at the same time, which would soon cause for their doom immediately. You should never take your whole group out to scavenge and research, because that's more likely of a chance to say, buffet here and shit, you know? He's his own here, and sometimes it's sexy to be alone. I'm crying, Kev. I'll tell you what, if I come across a group, I'm gonna flip a coin heads. They all die tails, I'll try to join. But if they got some thick females in the group, I'm gonna join and help out for the coochie. Get out, Dawn. Woo! I'm weak. Apparently he's two-faced now, yup. And you got this, Baker. You got this. You just gotta believe in yourself. Hi, hound. Coochie. Spare. Coochie. Oh, wait. I see it. But yeah, as of so far in this book, the reason why we were talking about this in the first place is because so far in this book, we found out what's been happening around the world. So this has affected all around the world. And not only did this EMP bomb was so strong enough to kill so many people, it also set off a lot of the nuclear plants, which also is burning half of the world. So yeah, there's radiation in the air. That's why the moon keeps turning blue and green. Like, the kids are all zombified, or majority of kids are zombified, and they're fucking shit up all around the world. The people up in the satellites are screwed. And yeah, so this is Alex having a mental breakdown about all this, crying in Tom's arms about this. And I was asking everybody, how would y'all feel in this situation? And what would y'all do? And Donzilla was talking about how he feels like he would have been like, because he survived, like he's supposed to save the world type shit. I'm like, okay, how would you save the world? He's like, I'm gonna have a group. But then like he was saying all this dictator shit. I'm like, I don't know about that type fan. I'm like, I'm gonna still kill everyone in the group though. Wow, Don. Wow, just not the coochie ladies, huh? You're just not going to kill the thick ladies, right? Because I'm assuming that's not what you're going to do. I joined for some coochie, not for friendship. Oh. Science, exactly. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with Donzilla. This man is scary. I do not want to come across him in an apocalypse. There's a lot of people I just can't come across in the apocalypse. They would just fuck me up. I'm good. I'm a solo it. Get out, cause no. I mean, they already got sexual tension. Remember last time, she's all like, "Oh, he kind of cute. Oh, his jacket smells so manly. Like, calm down, Alex. Calm down." Why does it have to be such a complex backstory? What are you talking about? Oh, well, that's not being complex. That's just what would happen if a huge EMP happens. It would cause a huge reaction that would affect nuclear plants and cause for the bombing. That was just science right there. That's literally what would happen. That's not because it's extra. Like, that's literally what would happen. Because I think it happened in 2 other places too, in smaller occasions when EMP had went off near a nuclear plant. That's what happened, because that happened in real life before. It's not, just a guess. Like, that literally happened before. They've mentioned those 2 occasions in the book, too. Not here for another science lesson, Quincy. Get out, Baker. You are here when I'm reading. You can't escape, Baker. You can't escape. Oh, weird. So where's the dickening? I'm weak hound. When? Oh no. I'm gonna run it by her so we get on the same page. We're gonna kill the rest of the group in tip. Wow. And what if she's not with it? You just gonna kill her too? She gonna snitch. She could just go snitch. She be like, oh, okay, I got you, fam. We're gonna do that. And then she go snitch on your ass. And then you get killed. And then they turn on you. Okay, like he did not trust her. I'm weak. Oh shit, when she's 18. Oh shit. I'm not here for that. Oh god, get out. More science, please. Wow, I'm crying hound. Alright, I won't kill anyone in the chat if the apocalypse happens. Y'all safe. How you don't know it's us? You just gonna kill on sight. You lying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm great. Hi, MXRRA, Mira or Mora? Thank you for hosting. Oh, okay. Hi. How was your stream? Oh, shit. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just doing a read and draw right now. We are actually almost halfway through the book, and basically what I do here is I read, and when we get to an interesting scene, I'll draw it, we'll talk about it, and once I'm done, we continue reading. But how was your stream? Seeing that I follow you, so I thought I'd send the love over. Oh, okay, thank you. Stream went well. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of this. Although this one's more of a thing where you have to be present every Saturday for it. So you guys might be lost. But basically what's happening here is that I've been reading an apocalyptic book where these characters just found out what's going on in the rest of the world. And our main character had a mental breakdown about it. She's crying in the other character's shoulder about it. And, you know, yeah. So that's where we are right now. But for now, let's just say, what would you guys do if you were put in an apocalyptic situation where an EMP, a huge EMP bombing that scored across the entire world, had killed a majority of the population? It was strong enough to kill the majority of the population because the electricity ran through the body and killed them. And for some who survived, there was 3 types, which was you survived and you were completely fine, or there were people who survived, but they were changed because the electricity hot-wired their brain to be different, and now they are more animalistic with animalistic behaviors and senses, and they now have a taste for human flesh. Mind you, they don't have a disease and they're not dead. So they're literally humans that just act different now and will want to eat you. And then the last one being if you survived it, but now you've gained an advantage with a new superhuman sense. And in this world, not only are you dealing with the fact that nothing electrical works anymore, the nuclear plants had melted and exploded because of the EMP bombs. So half of the world's on fire. And also, if you have any younger siblings, they might have turned into zombies too. So you're going to have to make the choice of killing them or not. And if they did survive, you're going to have to protect your little sister or little brother or little nephew or little cousin from any of the people who did survive, because everyone else probably already experienced the zombie children. If they see you who are young and your little sibling or relative, they're going to try and kill you. So you are living in a very harsh world now where you got to stay away from anybody who acts animalistic, because another thing is that these monsters also still retain all of their body memories, their intellect, their reflex. So they could actually, you're dealing with people who want to eat you, who are still smart enough to kill you in a smart way if they want to. And you're dealing with regular humans who don't fuck with you because you could be at risk for the disease, and they never know when you might be a ticking time bomb that turns into a zombie and kill everyone if they take you in. So what would you do in that situation? That's what I've been asking everyone so far. And this is a situation that these kids are in. Right now, they're only lucky because this apocalypse happened when they were still camping out in the mountains. They all met each other one by one through as they went down the mountain to the Rangers camp together. That is their scenario right now. So they haven't fully felt the full scale of what will happen to them when they go out of the mountain completely. But for now, they're staying at this camp, the ranger station, because it has food and it has a pump water thingy, and they're safe for now where they are. But when they go out there later, it's not going to be so kind. So what would you do in that situation? Oh shit. Hold on. Let me read up chat. Better hope that coin don't land on heads, I guess. Wow, Donzilla. But I'm good. Yourself? I'm doing all right. Just been doing the read and draw. Q, I got something for you to look at. I'm crying, Hound. I don't trust how you say that. If I'm gonna be in this situation, I'll just off the people on my list and just eat myself after, since I know my ass is too slow as fuck to survive after that. Oh shit, Ling, you have no trust in yourself. You're like, I'm gonna just kill the people I hate and then kill myself. Like, wow. If she don't agree to come with me, I'm gonna kill the rest of the group, but not her, and I'm gonna leave anyway. I just said, what if she lies and then go snitch? What are you gonna do? Quincy Lilling also just killing people. Wow. I mean, she does it with purpose, though. You're doing it with no purpose. She said, I'm killing all the people I hate. You said, I'm just killing everybody in sight. It doesn't matter if I know them or not. Team Cannibal? Oh no, Hound. I would imagine Hound would turn into a zombie. Like, Hound would be okay the first few weeks, but then be upset when he finds out that zombies exist, and then his brain just, nah, I'm a zombie. Like, if I know I ain't gonna make it, I'm taking some mofos with me. Oh shit. We eating niggas now? No, oh my god. If I was in the apocalypse, I'd just be the nigga fixing cars. Damn, okay. Okay, board. I can't with you? I'm weak. Killing niggas with a torch wrench? Oh no. A very harsh world, but I can't kill on sight. Let me see. I'm gonna be like Mad Max. Mad Board. Board gonna get his ass took by demons or something. Nay. Listen, it's fine. Yo, demons do be getting snatched. Oh no. It's a jail thing, still in a zombie apocalypse. I did a class assignment similar to that. It was about a nuclear bomb that was gonna destroy Earth, and I had to take 9 people with me out the cast of characters to an underground bunker. No purpose how, if everyone is a zombie but smart as hell, what if they act like the friendly to kill my actions are to stay alive? I'm dead. Yeah, if they pretend that they're not, hungry zombies, because they could pretend, like, you won't know until you see, I think, their eyes. I forgot. Because it's their eyes, and if you have superhuman senses, then you can smell them too. You can tell, you can pick them out from their smell too. Because they smell different from regular people. Because they're always killing niggas, their breath smells like death. So, yeah, I think you should be able to survive. Okay, I got my blanket. I'm rolling back up. Alright, so let's see if I can finish the sketch and get back to reading. But keep telling me what you guys would do in this type of scenario. Because, whew, that is tough. I'm horrible. I'd rather find the peeps on my list and feed them to the zombies. Oh, shit. So what if this happens later on when you're better, healthier, and you've taken care of yourself and you're stronger? Would you fight to survive, or you still say fuck it? I won't know. Just because of that, I'm fucking up everyone. I'm sorry. Get out, Dawn. I'll just be Marquise, but without the zombie action. Oh my god, thank god. Please don't fuck no zombies, because they're not gonna let you in the first place. Like, because they're alive. Even if you kill them, that's just not okay. Like, them niggas, they're nearby niggas probably like, hey, is he fucking what in the world? Like, they'd be like, nigga, what? Without the zombie action. Oh, damn, these zombies don't want to eat other zombies. Nope. They're not going to want to eat the other zombies. They know how each other smells. Let me see. I forgot I ain't physically capable to jump some of these peeps. Oh, godly. Zombie coup would be cute. Could be cute. No! Bored, get out. Now, are these clickers or World War Z type zombies? They're regular people. You can't tell. They look like regular people. You can't. There's nothing visible that shows there's something wrong with them, unless they talk, because they can't form speech, human speech anymore. So aside from that, they'll look like a normal person. You cannot tell, unless they have blood gushed around their mouth or some shit. Like you will not be able to tell. And by the way, they know how to clean themselves. So yeah. You're still live streaming? I'm weak. Oh, this is a weird hug. I'm with bored on this one. The zombie coup might be some heat. You never know. Oh no, Donzilla. Get out. Don't smash the zombie. Aw, hound. Crying. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that people are talking about smashing zombies. Hound, you started this. I'm blaming you. You had to mention Marquise and his zombie smashing habits. That's the energy we need in the zombie apocalypse now. Oh, wait. Are you talking about smashing the zombies, or... Because I don't like that one. No, Nay, no. I can't tell if you guys are saying this for the zombie smashing thing or just the support thing, because I can't tell anymore. Sweats? Oh no. Marquise is an okay guy. To make sure they don't fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with them. No, Donzilla! That doesn't make sense. If they're undead, how can you not tell? The body would be rotten flesh. It would look like sliced ham. Okay. I'm gonna explain this again. The only reason why I call them zombies is because they act like one, but they are not diseased and they aren't dead. The only reason why they act like zombies is because when the EMP, the electromagnetic pulse bomb, went off, it was so powerful. This was the most powerful one ever made and done, that it hotwired. It fried their brain and hotwired them so that their behaviors and actions were different. And then they had a taste for human flesh now. So technically, they're not even zombies. They're cannibals. They're rabid cannibals. They are literally just savage cannibals. That's it. They're still humans. The girls still get their period. The dudes can still ejaculate and nut. Like they can still bleed. They can still cry, and so on and so forth. They just like eating people now. That's it. And a lot of them are kids too, so they still act like kids. They still have their knowledge. They still have their experiences. They still have their reflexes and abilities. So, like, they're still people, but now they're people who want to eat other people. That's it. That's what I mean, Baker. So what would you do in that situation with that type of zombies or cannibals running around? Because not only do you have to deal with that, if you're still young when this apocalypse hits, you're also going to have to deal with the elderly who wouldn't trust you thinking that you're one of them. They would possibly even try and shoot on sight. So what will you do in this situation? How would you take this situation? You still use some of us? Oh no. Marquise might be onto something. Oh Lord. Don't agree with Marquise, right? Bored, get out. They are undead, their brains are just rewired. Yeah, exactly, Bored. Hi, Fizzy. I'm crying. Marquise does not accept this. Oh shit. Well, because they're still alive. Drisco. Hi, Drisco. Still yeet some mofos. They aren't dead. Fuck. I'm weak. Just came here a little. I'm confused. It's hard to explain this. To be honest, I recommend checking the playlist for this. We are actually on session 4 for this book. So anything I say now is honestly a spoiler. But like, if you're fine with that, then come chill with us, because that's what's happening. If my brain fried... Wait, am I playing the music? Or oh, the music stopped. Huh? I was like, why is it quiet? Alright. If my frame fried my dick work, it's all good. Oh no, Bored. No! Get out. No. Alright, let me get this pencil. That's terrible, Bored, right? Should make a command where the bot can share a link to the R&D playlist. Oh, you right. You right. God, I gotta remember that. I gotta do that and then make a summary too. You mind reminding me, because I keep forgetting. I gotta make a bot to give people a summary about it, and then I also have to make a bot to the playlist now. Sorry, my chest. I'm gonna start fighting zombies with 16-inch metal dildos so they can tell they zombie friends. Wow! Wow! Get out, Donzilla! Hi, Chris! Wow! I'm fucking done. Don't do that to them. Oh my god. They may be zombies if that ain't the way. Also, thanks for following Dr. Beedrill. Beedry. Beedry? I'm fucking done, Donzilla. No! No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, crazy cannibal sex would be kind of kinky, but I want to keep my dick intact. Thanks, but no thanks. Oh god, Baker. No. DM it? Alright, cool. Hey Q, did you look at the thing? What thing? Lord, get out, Donzilla. Hugs and kisses. Ah. What's up, Lord? I can see crap. I'm weak. Hell yeah, friend. Oh wow, this is... I'm concerned. Anyway. I'm fucking done. Like, I'm fucking crying. Listen, you trying to die with a broken brain? Oh shit. By the way, guys, it's almost time. So expect for some advancements with my audio and for me to upgrade the quest and to buy some games so that we can play some stuff on the quest. So I should be able to screen share soon after I get paid and get my commission money, and it's gonna be litty. Litty like a titty. Let me see. If I can't kill them, I'm paralyzed AS. Wow. So expect some Minecraft in a few days and some other stuff. But yeah, that's the story so far, guys. The least board stick. Wow! I'm fucking weak. But yeah, here's the question, Chris, because we're doing another read and draw. The scenario basically is, based on this book, is that if there was a giant EMP bomb, which is an electromagnetic pulse bombing, that was so strong that it killed the majority of the population because the electro impulse had basically fried a lot of the people's brains and killed them. If you were one of the ones that survived, there's two other types of people that usually survive, but only one that you're going to really know about and worry about, which is when you survive, there will be another type of people that survive from it. People that got hot wired. The electricity was so strong, it hot wired their brain. And now they have cannibalistic impulses and they have animalistic behaviors and instincts now. They can smell you better. They can hear you better. They want to eat you. But the difference is the fact that they're not diseased. They have no zombie disease. And they're not dead. So you're dealing with new types of humans who will act like they're normal to trap you. They still have their knowledge, abilities, agilities, and so on, that they could even outsmart you if you're not careful. And you still got to worry about regular humans who don't want to eat you but will kill you for your supplies. What would you do in that type of world? Oh, and by the way, because of the EMP bombs, it also melted down a lot of the nuclear plants, which means half of the world's on fire and radiation sickness is a risk. So where would you go? What would you do? And how will you deal with the situation? Same with everybody else who's new, who came in here. Well, fuck. Oh, yeah. It's a bad situation. Let me see. This is me. Listen, after a long day of eating brains, you gotta eat some ass. Get out! It's basically I Am Legend with Will Smith. I'm crying. I've never watched that, so I have no idea. Now, how do you know if we were infected or not crazy? Because people think they are normal. Guess I'll just off myself. Oh, shit! Easy way out! No, Chris! Can I be both the primal asshole and the one who want to get supplied? Wow! Wow! I mean, you assume that they wouldn't get supplies. These kids still need to take care of themselves. But that's a spoiler, so let's not. But these kids get smart, and of course they're gonna do the same thing humans do. At first they're just gonna eat humans, but soon they're gonna be like, oh well, we still get cold and shit, so we need jackets and stuff. Give me your jacket, friend. I already ate your heart out, but let me get that jacket too. Oh, cannonball the way! Oh shit! I'll be the baddest mechanic on a cool bike. Nigga, I'm going solo. I'm gonna put a whole ass treehouse up north. I'm gone. Goodbye. Fucking niggas up. Oh shit. And like, you know what's fucked up? It doesn't matter where you go because they also are humans still, so it's not like the snow will slow them down. If they want to eat you, they're gonna get you in records time. I just need to learn how to ride a bike in the apocalypse. I'm weak. Wait, Q, take me with you. I'm crying out. You right. I'ma still meet up with you on the way. I just have to remember where you live at. They better be smart enough to run when they 16 inches come out the bag, because if not, they gonna wish they didn't survive. Oh no! I hate it. Get out. I need to flash the human zombie. Maybe they'll go back to normal like
the black guy and get out. Oh shit. You think using that might actually work, maybe, but I don't know. I think that would actually aggravate them, if anything. If you flash that on a regular animal, that shit will spook them and possibly aggravate them. And because they have animalistic behaviors, they might actually become even more violent and feral. Take me with you too? Damn, New York's on the east side though, fam. If we going up north, and especially with New York being like a death pit, basically, in that apocalypse, I'm not sure. I don't think we could get you. I'm not even sure if you'd still be alive. Croissant? No, Lord. Gonna murder the people for you? I'm feeling bored. I'm weak. Yeah, you know already I can't kill for shit. I wouldn't be able to. Hopefully they're like deer and just freeze. Yeah, no, that's not happening, guys. I'm gonna pretend to be like them and eat the regular people to prove my loyalty, even though I'm still really a regular person. That's the thing, Chris. Like I said, they have superhuman senses. So they can smell when one's actually one of their brethrens. So they actually have a different smell from a regular human, and they can smell that. That's how they actually communicate. And so, like, yeah, that's not happening. Right? You're gonna have to move before we can take you. Just gonna be abandoned now. Yeah, they can smell you. So that's not happening. Let me see. I'll just go underground, meet y'all halfway. I'm weak. I'm the cannibal that works from the inside. I'm weak. Then I'll kill one of them and rub their guts and shit all over me. Oh shit. Oh fuck. You right, Chris. That might actually work. You right. That might actually work. If these cannibals are just advanced humans, why would it be so bad to just become one? That's the thing though, you have to have been affected since day one. So when the EMP thing happened, that's when you turn. And if you didn't, then you're just stuck being human. Better have a fucking bath for me when I meet you though. Oh shit, look. I don't think that's how that works. Don't know. Catch your Aunt Navy base getting a jet shooting shit. Don, you're gonna get killed for fact. Just because you say shit like that, you're definitely getting killed. Croissant wants to survive at all costs. Yep. Y'all are giving some wild answers to me. I see. Y'all trying to fight to survive. That's good though. Y'all want to survive. Y'all want to see the next day. I don't even. Them New York trains be stank. Them sewers must smell like death. Damn. So you're gonna hide in the train station? So you would have to clear out anybody else who's in there. You already know that's where the weirdos are, so like, fam, you sure? Maybe if I live down there for a while, them shits don't even want to eat me because I smell like Bigfoot. Bigfoot took a dump. Oh shit. I'll be alright. I don't even want to draw a chair properly. Like I'm done drawing, to be honest, low-key. Alright, I'm just gonna BS the rest. Yay. Fuck chairs, right? I don't even feel like drawing these chairs anymore, man. The fuck is this chair? It's whatever, man. These are some tall ass chairs. I'm so hungry, bro. Help. They're like the incredible. Wait, let me read that. I missed some in chat. Let me see. So wait, they're like the Incredible Hulk with gamma radiation, basically. But super New York crackhead zombies or fried people might be hard, right? Fuck, cheers. Alright, no Jet, we all should form a group, so Quincy, you leading us all. I don't know, Don. You sound like you can't be trusted. You sound like you're gonna plot to kill us type shit. I don't know, Don. You wildin' out. The chair from the Boondocks? Oh, we... Same Quincy, then eat something. What food, Baker? Starving? Damn. Relatable. Trust me. I would have gotten food already if I had some. Know this. If I say I'm hungry and there's no food, there's no food. Like, I would, like, if I say I'm hungry, I'll get up and get food. But if I say I'm hungry and I haven't gotten up to get food, there's no food. What food? Alright, so let's just finish this. There we go. Beautiful! Whatever, there we go. I don't know. Close enough. I know the lantern should be like right here. I already forgot what the lantern is supposed to look like, but lantern. Damn, I really don't remember what a lantern looks like. Whoops. Well, whatever. So, little thingy right here, and then that, and then fire. I'm gonna put like this random window here. Random window. All right, close enough. So this is the scene we've drawn. Where's his other leg going? I don't know. Close enough. Dang. Yeah. There we go. All right, close enough. Good. So this is the scene for now. Alex had a mental breakdown about this whole situation, which is fair enough. And Tom's like, "Yo, chill out. I got you. I can protect y'all. We all in this together right now," type shit. So, what? Oh, I'm so dumb. Hello? All right, well, close enough. Okay, so yeah, this is that. Let me see. Cheer from the boondocks, then he's home starving. Just gonna call my homie Lee from The Walking Dead. I'm weak, but he did. I said I won't kill anyone here, but if we inform the group, then I might have to. Wow, done! Wow! What do you want us to do about it? I can't feed you, sweetheart. I mean, that's fine. I'm just complaining, because I'm complaining. I can complain. The fuck? Donate so you should get food. I'm weak. I can barely afford bills, so I think she'll be alright. Yeah, I'll be fine, dude. Let me see. Fair enough. LOL. New York is always in an apocalypse state. New York's fucked, fam. Just don't be in New York when shit happens. Just don't. If it ain't in New York, it's like a southern state. You're right, there's that too. Never said you couldn't. What the hell? I mean, you complaining about it, so I'm complaining too. I complain, you complain, we're all complaining. Alright, so let me put that together. Yay. Yay. Close enough. I can't complain, but you can. Okay, Quincy. I said you can complain. You can. I'm just saying, you complain, I'll complain too. We're all gonna complain. Oh, Lord Baker. Oh. All right, let me get some water before I start reading down. I'm crying, Baker's so done with me. Did you see my golden eagle I put in our chat yesterday? I haven't looked at chat recently. Not since last night. Even then, I didn't look at everybody's chats. I drew that my junior year of high school in English. Okay. I'm crying. Wait, what? Nay's saying nigga no, so I don't know what happened. What's wrong? Oh, no. All right, so time to pause that. And we got to get reading to the next chapter. All right, so now we're on chapter 28. To be honest, we've only read one chapter. We still got 9 more to go. Whoa, and it's been 2 hours. Oh. All right, let me sit back and relax as we get to the next chapters. Chapter 28. A week passed, then 2, and then 3. They rested, inventoried their supplies, and ate well, even the dog. They passed the time reading from the Ranger's considerable selections of books, taking short hikes around the station, and throwing a frisbee for Mina, whose bum leg was clearly on the mend. They didn't power up the generator at all. The noise made them nervous, and the Rangers had left hurricane lamps and a lot of candles. After that first night, they told Ellie what they knew, and Alex was surprised at how calmly the little girl took in the information. Maybe not having any family to go back to made the world going up in flames a little easier to take. Or maybe Ellie figured they were a family now, which wasn't far from the truth.
They slept before the fireplace in the front room, with Ellie sandwiched between Alex and Tom, who took turns keeping watch at night. Tom didn't sleep much, though, either because he couldn't or wouldn't. More often than not, Alex would waken hours into her shift, look over, and see Tom propped on cushions by the front window, still awake, with the dog by his side. Let me see. Come on, Paige, please. Ew. Every now and again, the dark silhouette of his head would turn as he looked over at them, his scent steady and sure, and she knew he would keep them safe no matter what. Yet, he sat up often, and that made her think of stories she heard about guys who went into war and came back with their minds choked by nightmares. She didn't pry. She'd like to think that she was only respecting his privacy, but that was a lie. Once, when Tom and Ellie was outside, she opened her soft-sided black case to stare at the plastic baggies, the Bible, that unopened letter. She had no idea where she was going. She had no idea what she was going to do now with all the stuff. At this rate, she might be lugging that case around for the rest of her life, which might not be a whole lot longer. She could tell Tom about the tumor, and probably should. She trusted him, and they depended on each other. She thought that a guy who'd been to war, who'd defused bombs, would understand about nightmares and monsters. Yet every time she considered telling him, she felt that familiar prick of fear. Once people knew about the tumor, they changed. They were awkward, their eyes darted away, and she could feel their relief when they escaped. Worse, she knew exactly what they thought. Better her than me. Fear held her back, but there was something else. True, Tom had been in the right place at the right time, but his family was in Maryland. He had said that he was due to deploy again in December, so why come all the way to Michigan for a camping trip with his team leader? Because Tom hadn't seen him enough in Afghanistan? It didn't make sense. Wouldn't someone heading off to combat again want to spend time with his family? And why couldn't Tom sleep? Was it because of what he saw when he closed his eyes? She didn't ask, but she sensed from the way he looked at her, how he sometimes took her hand or touched her arm, or how he treated Ellie with such care and patience, that Tom was afraid. Of losing them? Maybe. Or maybe the fear went much deeper, to something he'd already lost. As strong and capable and brave as he was, Tom had his secrets too. I'm crying, hon. What? Now we gay, Tom? Wait, what? I'm crying! Get out. Still, there were other times, when their eyes met and his scent deepened to a complex spice, and then her heart gave this little jump. Sometimes, she let herself think about how his lips might feel against hers. Sometimes, she thought about more. What it might be like to really let herself go, and wondered if he had the same thoughts. But she did nothing about that, said nothing, didn't ask. There was a monster in her head. Oh God, Hound, get out! No. Not telling wasn't fair or right, but then no guy would want her if he knew, not even Tom. So she zipped up the case and stowed it away again in her family pack. Decided not to think about it. By the time of the first week of November, 6 weeks after the zap, they still had not changed, but the weather had. Tom stomped in on an armload of firewood to break the news, which Alex confirmed by simply stepping outside and looking north. The day was gray and the wind was up, so she got a good whiff, that edge of chilled aluminum, and eyed the dense blanket of clouds, pot-bellied in slate gray. No need for her spidey senses this time. Snow. More? What do you mean more? Oh, Lord, Chris. Yeah, she's like, I kind of think about more. Like, this girl is thirsty right now. Get out. Get out, Hound. Uh-huh. And probably sooner rather than later. Tom said, we need to decide. Go or stay. Beyond the kitchen, she could hear Ellie fold laundry and talking to Mina in the front room. Tom, I don't know. What if we stayed? No one's bothered us, and we know it's not safe to go into the city yet. Every night, she and Tom clustered around the ancient radio atop the lookout tower, trying to glean as much information as they could. More often than not, all they got was static, but from the few podcasts they picked up, they knew that both coasts were virtual dead zones, either burning or radioactive or both. Everywhere else, oh fuck, water, water. Woo! My tongue, my brain. I don't know. I'll be able to read one way or another. Let me see. Everywhere else was chaos, and they didn't seem to be much of a government, at least in the US. They heard enough to understand that Stan hadn't been the only one to drop. A lot of people, tens of millions, had died in those first few moments. They knew something more was going on, too, from the garbled stories of cannibals and crazed zombies, and kids going suddenly insane. In fact, kids came up a lot. There's plenty of wood, she said now. We've got water and food. Yeah, but that's now. We'll need more food come spring. We could hunt. There are a lot of bullets down in the cellar. We've got more guns, and here's the bow. And there's the bow. But we'll run out of supplies eventually. Then we either learn to make candles and soap and toothpaste and clothes, or we leave the station in the park and go find supplies. That could take a very, very long time. And then we have the not-so-little problem of gathering enough and getting it back up here. And what if one of us get really sick? What about all your battlefield medicine stuff? That's not the same as being a doctor, and you know it. Even if I were, I'd need supplies. So we have to leave. It's just a question of when. Either we hunker down until spring or leave now while we still can, before other people start showing up to take what we got. No one's come up yet. But they might. People are desperate. They might come walking out of those woods just like we did. And then what do we do now? And then what do we do? Fight them off? Let them in? Tom, once we leave, there's no telling what might happen. There's no government, no one in charge other than maybe the military, and who knows what they're doing. She had another thought. Wait a minute. You're in the Army. Where's the nearest base? South, Wisconsin. There's Sawyer Air Force Base here in the Yooper, but that closed a while ago and got turned into a tiny airport and a pretty dinky museum. A couple planes on static display mainly. Most of the original buildings are still standing, but there won't be any soldiers based there now. Maybe we should try to go south then. He shook his head. The military is going to be way more interested in protecting itself than helping us. Trust me on this. They've got a lot of guns and guys who aren't afraid to use them. You're not making a great case for leaving. Let me see. I got plenty of wood. Oh no, get out, hound. Waiting to see if anyone was gonna do it. Hands were full. Oh shit. I'm not saying that. I'm thinking we should go, but I think we should head, he hesitated, north. North? Tom, it's going to snow. It's already freezing out there. Yes, that's the point. People will move south and west, not north. They'll go where it's warmer. Tom, the only thing north of us is Superior. Not if we head into Minnesota. For a second, she was speechless. Minnesota? You want to go to Minnesota? Tom, that's hundreds of miles. According to the Ranger's map, it's about 500 miles to the border. The border. You mean Canada? That's nuts. That's, fuck, English. Brain, please. All right, hold on. Let me take a moment of silence real quick. Okay. 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 I'm not saying that. I'm thinking we should go. But I think we should head. Oh, wait, where am I? What? The border. You mean Canada? That's nuts. You want to go farther north into Canada? At the beginning of winter? Lot fewer people, more territory for the people who are left to spread out. There'll be fish in the lakes, plenty of game if we stay out of the mountains. Come spring, we can grow things. Tom, you're making a lot of assumptions about what we can and can't do. I don't know anything about farming, and I'll bet you don't either. We're not talking acres of wheat or corn. I'm saying we find ourselves a safe place, then grow enough to live on. We can do that. People do it all the time. My parents always had a garden. Alex, if things are really as bad as what we heard, it's not like anyone's going to be driving to the local grocery store anymore. That means we'll learn to fend for ourselves. I'm not saying it'll be easy. I think it'll be more difficult than we can imagine. But not facing up to that won't help us. I know that, she said, a little irritated now. Okay, say you're right. Even if this was a good idea, and I'm not sure that it is, we've got Ellie to think about. You and I might make it, but you can't expect Ellie to hike that kind of distance, sleep out in the snow. The Rangers only left 2 pairs of snowshoes and cross-country skis, and none fit Ellie. That means we'll have to carry her or figure out some kind of sled. Best case scenario, we wouldn't make it for almost 2 months. And that's if it doesn't snow. No way we won't run out of food. An awful lot of people are dead, Alex, he said quietly. They died weeks ago, in the first few minutes. Assuming you can trust rumors. He pushed through her objection. That means a lot of abandoned houses and plenty of supplies, provided no one's gotten there first. It's still really far. Think of how long it took us to make it here. She saw how his face had changed. What? We might have wheels. Her mouth unhinged. What? That truck in the garage. It's pretty old. I think it might actually work. I just haven't. He punctuated with a shrug. Oh my God, she said. You mean we could drive? Why didn't you say anything? A couple reasons. Once the snow flies and it gets more than 8 inches a foot, we'll be dead in the water, even with chains. There won't be snow plows. There's also fuel to worry about. We've got some here, but in-ground tanks work on electric pumps. No electricity, no way to get gas. But there'll be a lot of abandoned trucks and cars, right? We'll siphon off what we need. Tom, in a truck, 500 miles is almost nothing. We could be there in 10 or 12 hours. We could go anywhere. Under normal circumstances, but how much you want to bet that the roads are parking lots? Everyone stopped moving, all at once. If what we heard on the radio is right, then a lot of people flat out died, just like Stan. That means bodies, lots of them. Where there's bodies, there are going to be scavengers, and I'm not just talking wild dogs. There'll be raccoons, possums, foxes, wolves, maybe bears. All those cars mean we'll be spending half of our time just trying to clear the road. Eventually we'll run into something too big to move and then we walk. What if we stay away from major roads? Yeah, but remember that Spielberg movie, War of the Worlds? Remember what happens when they try driving past all those people without wheels? They nearly get killed. Then they lose the van and end up with nothing. That's how the real world is, Alex. That's what'll happen if we take the truck. There's nothing near what you think of there is nothing near what you think of as civilized out there. Everything's different. I'm crying how not there will be niggas. I'm weak. She saw his point. She really did. She had, after all, seen the same movie. If we're too freaked out to leave, then this isn't any better than a prison. He was quiet a few moments. What if we run into more of them? She knew what he meant. Maybe they're all dead by now. It's cold. They're probably frozen to death. Then she thought, yeah, but if a brain-zapped ranger did set that booby trap, they might be a lot smarter than they look. This assumed there were more brain-zapped kids out there. Panicky radio broadcasts fueled by rumors weren't facts, although they believed everything else, so why not that? Jim, he reminded her, gave me the slip for more than 2 days. If there are more of those zapped kids or adults, I wouldn't count them all out. Well, she said, maybe we shouldn't count us out either. Maybe not, he said. But those radio guys made it sound like the people who survived are scared of kids, of us. That means we're the enemy. We're the threat. We'll be lucky they don't shoot us on sight. Ellie was not as unhappy as Alex had expected her to be. Even when Tom sat the girl down and explained how things might be very different once they ran into other people, to Ellie, Tom was a soldier, as her father had been. Tom had saved them once before and would save them again. Over the next 2 days, Alex reinventoried their supplies, decided what they should bring, and if it came down to it, if they lost a truck or got bogged down in snow, who would carry what? Tom worked on the truck, and Ellie stuck close, shadowing Tom, handing over tools. When Tom cranked the starter, they were rewarded with a series of heavy metallic clatters and coughs before the truck settled down to a throaty rattle. Tom and Ellie gave each other high fives, and Ellie crowed to Alex, and now we got wheels. That night, after grilled steaks and baked potatoes, Tom asked, what do you know about hunting, setting traps, that kind of thing? She handed him a plate to dry. Well, I know how to shoot. I've done skeet. I know how to make a dreadfall. He made a face. That's okay if you don't mind hamburger. How about bow hunting? When she shook her head, he said, tomorrow we go out with the bow. You know how to change a tire or drive a stick? Why are we talking about this? Because, opening the cupboard, he replaced the dry plates. If something happens to me, or we get separated somehow, you need to know these things. She stared at him for a long moment. Nothing's going to happen to you. It was, in fact, much more likely that something would happen to her. She wondered again when she would tell him. Believe me, I've just as soon not go anywhere either. But I want you guys to have the best shot at making it. With that logic, you ought to be teaching Ellie how to handle a gun. If something can happen to you, it can happen to both of us. Then she'd be all alone. She could tell he wasn't thrilled with the idea, and added, she doesn't have to carry one, but she should know. Okay, there's a Browning bookmark. That'd be good to start with. So, he carefully folded his dish towel. Leave in 2 days? She nodded. Sounds like a plan. But I've already got a knife, Alex said. It was early morning, 2 days later. The sky was still very dark, almost cobalt blue to the north, where the snow must be falling. They were in the front room, their gear and provisions already packed into the Ford's flatbed. Alex looked down at the top of Tom's head as he fiddled with her boot. I'll never remember it. The beauty of a boot knife is that no one thinks to look for it unless you blouse your pants or tuck the cuff into your boots, which you don't. Tom gave the right leg of her hiking pants a stiff tug. How's it feel? Like I got something clipped onto my boot? Tom, I've got the Mossberg. And there's the Beretta from the safe. You got your Winchester and a Sig, and there's the Browning. We've got the bow, which you did very well with, by the way. Like, you? Like, you? Or you're, yeah, you? said Ellie, appearing at the door. Her arms were full of green wool, blankets for the dog. What? Asked Tom. Oh, shit. Who? Said Alex. It's a Quincy. Anime? Damn, I forgot these niggas talked about this. And manga. They're talking about fucking Bleach. I'm fucking weak. Oh, shit. Cameo, Quincy's named. Like, let me stop. You can drive a different stick. Hello, get out, Donzilla. That was an okay one. I'm weak. There isn't really much to go off of. With that one, I did what I could. I'm weak. My ears. Oh, well, I know Helsing, said Tom. You would, said Ellie. They all use guns, except for Alucard. He likes guns and rips people's heads off. What can I say? My kind of guy. Great, Alex rolled her eyes. Tom, I don't know how to fight with a knife. And with any luck, you won't have to. In fact, you'll probably just end up getting yourself killed, so I wouldn't recommend it. So what good is it? Ask the bad guy you stab when he least expects it. You just said I'll get myself stabbed. Not if the first stab's so good you don't have to do it again. He pushed to his feet. Come on, relax. I was joking. She's not laughing, said Ellie. This is for just in case, said Tom. You say that a lot, because I mean it. He ran a critical eye over her body, and then shook his head. There's still something missing, he said, patting around his pockets. Just give me a sec. Ah. He pulled out a holstered handgun. I knew I had this on me for a reason. She knew what it was before her shaking fingers pulled the Glock free. The magazine was missing, but there was no mistake. My dad's? Tom. Where? How? Hey, cool. You fixed it, said Ellie. Tom made me promise not to say anything. We went back for it the morning after you know. Tom said you wouldn't wake up and Mina would protect you, so I showed him where I dropped it. You went into the water? Alex asked incredulously. Not me, said Ellie. It was way deep and really cold. Tom got it, though. It only took him 4 tries. I didn't want to say anything until I had a chance to take it apart, clean it, get it back into working order. Ellie told me it was your dad's. I figured you'd want to have it, and it's a perfectly fine weapon. Here. He held up the Glock's magazine. The extra's still in your fanny pack, and I tossed a couple bricks into our gear, too. Thank you. She carefully butted the magazine into place. I mean that, Tom. I know. He held her gaze for a long moment, then said, Best jack around into the chamber Best jack around into the chamber before you safety that thing. Just in case, she said. So do I get a knife? Ellie asked. Tom and Alex looked at each other. Then Alex said, You started this. Okay, Tom said. You can have a knife, Ellie. Only yours is going to be a regular old knife. What? Ellie cried. That's not fair. How come she gets a boot knife and I don't? And I want it on your belt, in the sheath. Thumb guard on at all times. I can't even use it? Ellie looked unhappy. Then what good is it? If you need to skin a rabbit or whittle a fishhook, I'll show you. It's like when I showed you how to work the gun. It's just in case. Yeah. Ellie grumbled. If it's for just in case, how come you guys look like you're going to war? No one had a good answer for that. They piled into the truck, with Ellie between Alex and Tom. Tom slotted the ignition key and paused. Not too late to change our minds. No. Let's go. Ellie twisted around to peer out the cab's rear window. You sure Mina will be okay? Even with the crate, it's awfully cold. With all those blankets and a fur coat to boot, she'll be fine. Okay, should we maybe lock the front door? Leave it, Alex said, her eyes rising to brush over Tom's. Someone else might find their way up here and need a place to stay. Or maybe the Rangers will come back, Ellie said. Maybe. Let's do this, Tom said, and cranked the ignition. The truck's engine caught up with a throaty bellow, and then he dropped the truck into first. Say goodbye, house. Goodbye, house, Ellie said. She waited a beat, then added, So, are we there yet? Alex and Tom both looked at Ellie and then at each other and burst into laughter. That was the last good time. Dun, dun, dun. Part 3. The change. So now we have finished with the calm. We have chilled out, and now there's no more chill. They've left the Rangers cabin, the Ranger station. They took the supplies they could get, and they readied themselves as much as they could. They took what they needed, took the car, and they're off on the road now. Now they're going to have to deal with some real bullshit when they leave. In the forest, they were safe, but now they're going back where there's possibly people still alive, and there's going to be danger left and right wherever they go. So, what do you guys think? Because she wasn't kidding when she said that was the last good time. She really wasn't kidding. Shit just goes downhill from here. Literally. Shit just goes downhill. Also, Alucard MI. Romeo, first stab. I'm weak. He was right though. If the first stab is good, she ain't gonna have to worry about anything. But yeah, what did you guys think? I'm gonna let y'all talk a little bit so I can give myself a break. It only goes downhill if they don't kill on sight. Damn, Dunzilla. Fuck. What's that noise in the background, or am I tripping? What noise? Hi, Kid Master. I heard yelling. Nigga, what? That wasn't for me, honey. You better make sure your area is Gucci. So based on how my throat is feeling, and because I'm really hungry, I think that's why I'm not reading as well as I could be today. So I'm probably only gonna do 5 chapters today. We're already halfway there if I remember correctly. We did chapter 27, 28, 29. We're on 30, and then I'm gonna stop at 31 because I'm just so hungry. Probably high again. I'm weak, Nay. Oh, what's this again? I'm weak. What drugs do you have? I'm crying. Better make sure your area is Gucci. I'm just saying. Alright, let me see if I can get some food of air. I don't know. Like, fuck, I don't know.
Fuck, my arm. Bear back. Okay. IBS, the quickest food in my damn life. How long was I gone for? Like 10 minutes? What's up, Hazard? Oh, what's up, Switch? Saw the thumbnail, really nice piece so far. Thank you. What's up, J-Mac? Yeah, we're just doing a read and draw. This was one of the scenes that we last sketched. Could have been more detailed, but I've been running on fumes. And I finally just made a snack-ish thing to eat real quick. So don't mind me. I'm just going to take a quick food break. How's the stream? It's been pretty chill. People have been wilding out with all the scenarios they would do in an apocalypse, especially Donzilla. Too much. What about you? How's been your night? Hoping my internet's good. Oh, okay. What's up, Icy Tenja? What's good? Welcome to the stream where we do read and draw on Saturdays. This is the 4th session of this book, Ashes, by Ilsa J. Bick. And we just finished another arc in the book. You're going to use your phone again? Did it work? Did it go well last time with your phone? Because I didn't stay for the whole stream, so I wasn't really sure. Streamed for 4 hours and no drops. Oh, that's good. It was my computer? Oh, okay. But yeah, so basically, now that they're leaving camp, no more of the good times is going to be happening after this point, and I'm not joking. There'll be calm times, but no more of the good times, really. French what? Board? Okay, I'm gonna get something to drink really quick. I'm also gonna get more water. Lord. Oh, and let me take one of these cups that I took hostage with me. Alright, I'm back. Hi, big boy haters. What's good? Alright, so I'm done with that. I'm gonna put this in the sink to soak. And we will read chapter 30. Where shit hits the fan. Alright. Going into lurk mode? Alright, you have fun with that, Nanzilla. Wait. Woo! Alright. Let's turn off the music. Let's continue on with the story. Oh, I forgot to put the whatever. Ketchup can stay with us for a while. Okay. Chapter 30. Yeah. The gravel fire road was riddled with ruts, and the truck lurched and dipped. The rough stone crunching beneath the tires and pocking against the undercarriage. Pocking? I never seen that word before. What? Their speed was pitiful, and after an hour, they'd only cover 10 miles. 3 miles further on, they hit the paved access road, and then made better time, the tires humming over asphalt as they headed due east. After 20 miles, Tom said, "Parking lot coming up. That where you left your car?" When she nodded, he said, "You want to stop? Might be something you want." It was on the tip of her tongue to say that there was nothing of her old life that she wanted at all, other than her aunt. She'd briefly considered asking Tom to head south, not north. He might do that for her, but given the little they'd gleaned, venturing out of the park was dangerous enough. Heading for a major city in a state loaded with nuclear power plants and storage facilities was probably suicidal. They didn't call it nuclear Illinois for nothing. The first chain reactor ever constructed was squirreled away in squash courts beneath the bleachers out of the University of Chicago's Stagg Field. That was where Fermi coined the word scram. Now, she only nodded, "Sure." "Wow," said Ellie, as Tom dog-legged past the parking entrance booth. The booth was stone with a large picture window in front and a sliding glass window on the side. Like a serving window at McDonald's, the picture window was smashed. The door hung open, both the American and state flags puddled on the grass at the base of a large flagpole. The ropes were gone. Someone was pissed. Or looking for something they could use. As they pulled around the bend and into the lot, Tom said, "I was afraid of that." This late in the season, there wouldn't have been many cars to begin with. And there were only 6 now in litters of pebbly glass. All the cars had been sacked, broken windows, open doors, gaping glove compartments, battered trunks, dented fenders. There may not be much left. "Which one's yours?" Alex pointed. Her Toyota stood on the left, in a corner of the... What's up, Trash Gamer? In a corner of the lot, near a freestanding shelter with a trio of smashed vending machines. The Toyota was a wreck, and the trunk had been popped. The spare tire left leaning against the rear fender. "Hey," said Ellie suddenly, pointing to the right. "Look over at the bathroom, look!" A tall, slight man with a froth of white hair slipped from the side entrance marked women, which would have struck Alex as strange in any other setting. The guy was old, about Jack's age, and clad in dirty jeans and a smeary olive-green parka. One fist gripped a baseball bat. He looked oddly familiar, but Alex didn't recognize him, until he pushed a pair of glasses back up the bridge of his nose. "Hey, I know him," she said, leaning forward for a better look. She told Todd about the school bus. "He was one of the teachers, I'm almost positive." She saw the guy raise a tentative hand. "Do we stop?" Before Tom could answer, Ellie said, "Of course we would. Of course we do. He's stranded." When Tom and Alex exchanged looks, Ellie continued, "We have to help him." "No, we don't," said Tom. "We already went through this, Ellie. We're bound to see a lot of people who will want what we've got. We can't share with everybody." "Still," said Ellie. Tom thought about it for another second, then braked, threw the truck into neutral, and said to Ellie, "You wait here." When she opened her mouth to argue, he added, "One word, and I'm driving away." "Fine." "Fine." There we go. Sorry. "Fine," Ellie said grudgingly, then clapped a hand over her mouth with an exaggerated drama. "Oops." Tom tried to keep a straight face but failed. Then his gaze shifted to Alex, his eyes clicking down to her waist. She read his meaning and thumbed away the Glock's retention strap. It wasn't until she popped the car door that she caught that unmistakable stink of dead meat. Small hairs bristled on her back. From the flatbed, she heard Mina's anxious whine. "Tom, hold up," she said. Tom was already halfway out of the car, his Winchester in one hand. "What?" "Mina smells something. There's..." She sniffed the air again, not caring how she must look. The roadkill stink was definitely there. Not strong, but she thought it was close. "Don't you smell that?" "Smell what? I'll be damned." A man's voice. Oh, fuck. Brain. Damn, I really have to get off after chapter 31. I can't do this. "I'll be damned." A man's voice. She turned to see the teacher hurrying over, his long white hair drifting behind like an Old Testament prophet. A pair of wire-framed glasses perched precariously on the bridge of his nose, the right lens riding higher than the left, and gave the old man the look of an absent-minded professor. He said, "Jesus, you're kids. Oh my God, I don't believe it. When I heard the truck, I thought I was hallucinating." He stuck out a grimy hand, his knuckles swollen and gnarled, were scraped raw, and crescents of black rimmed his nails. "Thanks for following Elga's Sudutch. It's looking great. Keep it up, bro. Greetings from Latin America." "Oh, okay. Thank you. And what's up?" "Yeah, just doing a read and draw." This is one of the streams I do every Saturday. If you are interested in checking it out, this is the 4th session of it. But thank you. And welcome to the palace. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Let me see. There was ash on his neck, and to Alex he smelled of smoke and desperation, and something she couldn't quite place. The roadkill stink wasn't coming from him, but she smelled the man's fear. No question. And something else. A sharp, solvent nip. He's hiding something. The thought simply popped into her head. He's worried about something. What would she think that? Larry Mathis, the old man's eyes drifted to Tom's Winchester and her Glock before fluttering back to their faces. You don't know how happy I am to see you. Got yourself a dog, I see. Smart. Real smart. Fuck. I knew it couldn't be every kid. I tried telling Marlene, but she... Whoa, said Tom. Slow down. What are you talking about, every kid? What do you mean having a dog is smart? Listen to me. Larry clamped his mouth shut, rubbed a horny palm over his cracked lips. Sorry, it's just I've been alone except for people passing through. I haven't seen another soul for, God, maybe 2 weeks? How long have you been here? What's the date? Asked Larry. November 10th, Alex said. And the attack happened on the 1st of October, so that's how long I've been here. Larry waved the bat at the bathrooms, and for the first time, Alex saw what could only be a large stain of dried blood that had seeped into the wood. I've been hanging in the ladies' bath. My tongue. I've been hanging in the ladies' bathroom, cleaner than the men's, and I found a nice couple's tents, sleeping bags. There's a caretaker shed about a quarter-mile in, though, and now that it's getting colder, I was thinking of moving, but haven't been able to make up my mind. The choice between bedding down in the ladies' room or a tent didn't seem much of a contest to Alex. She noticed that the nip of that scent had sharpened. What was that odor? A mix of gun oil and cleaning solvent, she thought. He's lying about something. She couldn't shake the association for whatever reason. This combination of scents set off a bunch of alarms. Or maybe he's just omitting some detail. But what? You said there had been an attack, Tom said. You know this for sure. What kind? All I got for sure is that what my eyes tell me and what other people say. Know what I mean? EMPs is what I heard, and then I guess the cities got nuked. But some people say it was just the EMPs and then all the nuclear plants and storage sites went up on their own. I don't think anyone knows for sure, but I guarantee you it's a mess out there. I've been too scared to make a move out of here. What have you been living on? Alex asked. Would I scrounge? I had some supplies left in my pack, and there was vending machines crap in the beginning. Luckily, I made it here when I did, before older folks started straggling out of the woods, or there'd have been nothing left. Found this in the booth. He held up the bag. One of the rangers must have fished too, because there was a rod. So fish, and well, like I said, there's a campsite maybe 2 miles west. I've been there a couple of times, bunch of tents, sleeping bags, and supplies to pick through. As long as you don't mind the bodies, and scavengers have pretty much taken care of those. I've been getting by. Bodies, Tom said. Yeah, you know, most look to be in their 30s, 40s, and up. Not a lot of folks because it's off-season, but... Alex interrupted. No, we don't know. What are you talking about? Jesus. Larry's myopic gaze clicked from Alex to Tom. You kids really don't know? For God's sake, just say it, Larry, Tom said. So he told him. When Larry was done, Alex felt as if she'd stepped into a kind of breathless pause. Through the roar in her ears, she heard Tom. That can't be right. Everyone? No exceptions? Well, you two are, so there must be some. Son, I'm only telling you what I've heard. The rumors might be wrong, but if they are, they're all the same wrong coming from everybody who's been through. Now there's no more than 30 people, so take it with a grain of salt. But based on what I've seen and heard, I believe it. The people who dropped right away were mostly adults in their early 20s and up. There seems to be some kind of cutoff around 60 and 65. But I'll bet some really old people dropped too. But other than me, you two and that little girl in your truck,
The youngest person I've seen come through here so far was 66. Her husband was younger, 59, and he killed over in the first couple of minutes. Larry snapped his fingers. Gone. Just like that. My tongue. How old are you? Tom asked. 62, and still ticking, thank God. Larry eyed Tom. You with anyone older than it happened? 2 guys, Tom swallowed. One died right away. He was maybe 40. The other one, he just turned 65, and he was fine after the attack. But my friend, his voice faded. Young like you? A few years older. Close enough. Larry's eyes narrowed. He changed, didn't he? Started losing track, looking lost. Tom gave a reluctant nod. Then he went crazy. He went wild, Larry said flatly. I'll tell you what. You're lucky he didn't change in the first couple of minutes, or you probably wouldn't be standing here. From what I heard, all those people passing through, kids your age and younger, they changed fast. But that's just it. I haven't changed. Alex is fine, and so is... Tom broke off. People panic. Those are just rumors. No. Wait. Larry was with a bunch of kids, Alex said, to the older man. I saw you at the Quick Mart right across the Michigan border. That was us, Larry said. I taught bio. We're on our fall and winter ecology unit. Me, my daughter, 8 kids from the class, and 3 other chaperones. Larry's gaze slewed sideways to fix on a spot on the ground. Marlene. She taught chemistry. About my age, she was the only other chaperone to make it. Let me see. Damn, only Dusty Coochie. I'm taking my chance with zombies. Oh my god, Donzilla. That's why I told you, like, you can't make a camp where people are strong. The only people you're gonna have are really old people. You would be blessed if you found, like, young people that weren't infected. The sure way to know if someone wasn't infected is if they could speak English, you know, if they could speak a language. If they can speak a language, then they were completely fine. That's what I was saying. Like, if you're gonna make the camp, you just can't go offing old people or like, the slow and the weak, because a lot of old people are slow and weak. You wouldn't have a lot of people in your camp. Offing everyone I see. Wow. So you're gonna kill old grandma, huh? You know, pull up on granny, be like, slit her throat? Is that what you're doing now? Just eating grandma? Donzilla, you are crazy. She ain't my granny? Wow! Get out, Donzilla. Get out. Oh my god. I'm weak. What happened to everyone else? Tom asked Tom. Oh, fuck. Larry's eyes watered, and he swallowed. The knob of his Adam's apple bobbing. I just told you. You look like a smart young man. Why you think I got the bat? All the kids changed, Alex said. Her voice sounded thin and strained in her ears. Yeah. Larry was blinking rapidly. Well, not all of them at once. Really? Alex and Tom looked at each other. Then Alex said, how many didn't? 3. A couple kids changed right away. Then the others started maybe half a day later. One kid didn't show signs for almost 2 days. Was there any pattern? Asked Alex, like age or... No. The first 2 killed Harriet. She taught advanced bio. She was early 60s, I think. Her husband, Frank, was already dead. What happened then? Tom asked. Larry looked almost angry. What do you think? We ran like hell. Me and Marlene and the other kids. Took us a couple of days to get out of the woods. The wild ones followed us and got one of the kids who hadn't turned that very first night. It was awful. And we couldn't. There wasn't anything we could do. Larry's voice cracked. My daughter, Deirdre, was the only kid to make it out. But once we got to the bus, Marlene took off. Just scrambled on, locked the door and drove out. He shook his head. That bus was so old, I probably rode it when I was a kid. That's the only reason she was able to drive off, too. And she always said district budget cuts never did anyone a lick of good. And she just left you? She wouldn't take D, and I wouldn't leave without her, so. He spread her hands. Here I am. You're the first young people I've seen pass through. I knew there had to be some left. There was just too much variability in who changed then. Who changed when. Does anyone know why it's happening at all? Asked Tom. I teach high school biology. I sure as hell don't know. Maybe brain chemistry or something about hormones. Larry's eyes slid away again, but not before Alex caught another surge of that solvent nip. Then she had it. What he was hiding. Larry? Where's your daughter? For a moment, she thought Larry would try to lie. In the end, he just looked defeated. This way. Larry inclined his head towards the bathrooms. You should probably make sure the little girl stays put. So basically, the horniest niggas changed. Get out, Dawn! Wow! What do you mean, horniest? You mean because of the hormones? Maybe, shit. Maybe, okay, if it's based on hormones, then maybe you had a higher chance of not turning if you weren't surrounded by other teenagers or someone that you were attracted to before it happens. Old people don't be getting it, and they survived. Exactly. That's fucked up. Young ones be going in daily. Almost all of them changed. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Rest in peace. Well, Alex thought as her gaze rose over the handicap stall. At least we know who took the rope from those flagpoles. Larry had used the handicap stall for obvious reasons. It was bigger, and there were the rails, which were handy for restraining someone. Either the girl was asleep, or more likely unconscious, judging from the crust of blood kicking the left side of the girl's head. Her hands were bound behind her back, and more ropes were looped around her middle, which Larry had then tied off around a rail. The dead meat stink was very strong now. Deirdre, said Larry. His lips trembled, and he rubbed at them with one shaking hand. She's only 13. I don't blame Marlene, I really don't. Not after what we saw, but I couldn't leave Dee. I only hit her the one time, when she came after me. That was enough. Though I know I can't. His voice firmed. The change might not be permanent. Tom touched the old man's shoulder. How long has she been like this, Larry? Out of control? Only the last 5 days, 4 or 5 days. But the change started about 2-3 weeks ago, I guess. She started complaining about not feeling well. Lost her appetite and her mood changed. And then, well, she's a little bit of a late bloomer. That's all I thought it was. The confusion was clear on Tom's face, but Alex understood. Late bloomer. Her eyes found a battered, white napkin dispenser hung from one wall. Its cover opened to reveal a stack of small, gray cardboard boxes. Larry must have broken it open. She started her period. First time. She got worse after 3 days after, and that was maybe a week ago. Slow tears trickled into the deep rills on either side of Larry's nose. Now she's only getting weaker. She'll drink, but anything solid I get into her mouth, she spits out. The last couple of times I got close, she tried to bite. He skimmed tears from his face with the back of his hand. Breaks my heart, you know. In some ways, she's still kind of a typical teenager. Like always waking up just when I'm ready to sleep. She'll stay up all night and only nod off again after a couple hours after sunrise. Hormonal changes. Puberty? Alex stared down at the unconscious girl. Her periods had completely stopped over a year ago. A side effect of her many rounds of chemo, or the monster itself. Barrett didn't know which. And how did hormones or puberty explain Tom? He was her age, way past puberty. And what about the boys in general? Since boys and girls were different, hormones couldn't be the only reason, could they? Ooh. So the best coochie's off the market and we gotta reach for the coochie in the back and blow off the dust! Get out, Donzilla! Get out, not blow off the dust. Wow. Wow, get out. Larry, Tom said. I'm sorry, but we can't take her with us. He wasn't brutal about it, just factual. Even as this might turn itself around, we don't know that. I know. I wasn't going to ask. Everyone who comes through takes one look and then it's... Larry wiped the air with one hand. Adios, muchachos. You could come with us, Alex said. I'm not leaving my daughter. The hell of it if she's not... The hell of it is she might not die if I let her go. But that would mean she'd go after... I can't do that either. Tom asked, What do you want, Larry? I can't. Larry took a weak swipe at the air with the bat. I can't do that. But you have guns. I'm not asking you to. You understand. But I only need 2. 2 what? Asked Alex. Larry, said Tom, there's no need for you to do this. I could... 2 what? Alex repeated. And then she got it. No, Tom, you can't give him... No. Larry put a hand on Tom's shoulder and gave it a squeeze. You seem like a fine young man, and I appreciate it. I do. But there's some things you're still too young for. She's my daughter. If anyone does this, it should be me. After a brief silence, Larry added, Please don't make me beg. Tom studied Larry a moment longer, then reached after for the cig and withdrew it from its holster. Tom, Alex said. Tom did not reply. Instead, he quickly jacked out the magazine, popped out every bullet except one, then reseated the clip. What are you doing? Alex asked. Tom checked the safety, then proffered the pistol. Grip first. Careful. There's only one in the chamber. Thank you. Larry wrapped his hand around the bat. I'll take it from here. Tom didn't let go of the pistol. You don't have to do this. All it would take would be the one. But I'll always remember. No parent should have to live with that. Larry gave a slow, sad smile. Word of advice? You two and the little girl? There's a lot of anger out there, and fear. People will either shoot you or decide you're worth your weight in gold. What do you mean? I mean, you're an endangered species. I don't know about the rest of the world, but we had 8 kids in our group when we started, and not one survived. So you be very careful. Larry clapped Tom on the shoulder again. Go on now. I'll wait until you're gone. That took a long time. Ellie said as they piled into the truck. Isn't he coming with us? No, honey. Tom cranked the truck starter, and the engine caught with a roar. He decided to stay behind. Why? Then her eyes fell to Tom's waist and narrowed in suspicion. Where's your gun? We better go, Alex said. Ellie looked from Tom to Alex, then back to Tom, and Alex saw the moment the light bulb went off. A look of betrayal replaced the confusion, and Ellie's lower lip began to tremble. My daddy would never have done that. Alex put a hand on the girl's arm. Ellie, that's not fair. The little girl shook her off. Don't stick up for him just because he's your boyfriend. Alex's cheeks flamed. He's not. You're supposed to help, the little girl said to Tom. You're supposed to save people. That's your job. I did help him, Ellie, said Tom with an effort. It's just not as simple as you think. Everything's different. Nothing's simple anymore. That's not true. Good guys don't help people die. My daddy would never. Tom rounded on her. Well, I'm not your dad, all right? Your dad is dead, and I'm doing the best I can. Now, I'm sorry if that's not good enough for you, but give me a break already. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for you. He clamped his mouth shut, but the damage was done. Ellie's face went as still as polished marble. Okay. She didn't cry or shout, and every word cut the air as clean as a razor. Fine. Tom was gray. Ellie, honey, I'm sorry. Don't call me that. Ellie said in her new deadly voice, Don't ever call me honey again. Only my daddy called me that. And like you said, you're not my daddy. Alex was almost afraid to breathe. Ellie turned away and stared straight ahead. Without another word, Tom butted the truck into first, and they left. Ooh, damn! Ooh! Heavy shit. They just got out from the fucking cabinet. Heavy shit. Woo! I'm crying. He's right, I'd shoot on sight. Tom don't want to see me in the streets. Get out. She was looking at the waist. Cass, you talking about a little girl. Wait, that's not Alex who said that. Boing, no, nay, no. Sometimes killing people is being a hero. Oh, no, Don. Damn, your daddy dead. Why he said it like that? I don't know. Damn, that shit was savage, though. That shit was savage. Just saying, that shit was wild. Wow. Wow. Alright, last chapter, because even though I ate, I'm getting off. Let me get that good stretch. Oh. I have a feeling this might come off with a cliffhanger, too. He had that baguette. Get out, guys! No, not baguette. After Larry's warning, they decided to stick to forested country roads. This also meant that they couldn't go very quickly either. The roads weren't in great shape and tended to swerve and curl, so they weren't about to lay down many miles. The only saving grace was that the snow held off. Alex drove while Tom literally rode shotgun, ready to blast anyone who might come roaring out of the woods to steal the truck or kill them both. But no one came, and they saw no brain-zapped kids either. Alex kept her window cracked, for air, she said, but she didn't catch a scent that raised any alarms. They passed by a few mailboxes at the end of narrow dirt roads. Presumably, there were houses back there, but they saw no one. I agree, Hound. She did deserve that. A little bit. But at the same time, damn. Just damn. Didn't have to say that shit to me. Like, your dad's dead. Like, damn. They did come to a single farm, but the house was dark and looked deserted. And in the air, big black birds wheeled. The sight set off a fluttering feeling in Alex's chest. Then she got a big noseful of rot, but it was real rot this time. She spotted lumps of soggy wool in a muddy enclosed paddock. Sheep that had died of starvation.
As they rolled past a fenced-in field, the chug of the truck made the crows whirl up in a cloud. In another moment, they settled back to feed on the cows. Most so bloated, they looked like balloons about to burst. Vultures quarreled over the bodies, and Alex spotted two sleek gray foxes playing tug-of-war with a tangle of guts. The only animal still standing in the field was a tired-looking, old dray horse, calmly munching on a clump of weeds. The horse lifted as they passed. "Hold up." Hopping from the truck, Tom unlatched the fence's gate, then climbed back in. "For when it runs out of grass, it'll be okay." "Why didn't you just shoot it?" Ellie muttered. But Tom didn't answer. Ellie's a salty-ass little bitch. Nah, fuck her, like she came for my nigga. Oh shit, right? I mean, then again, she's a kid, so in her mind, she thinks that, like, she thinks the easy, good and evils, this type of stuff. Like, she doesn't know about the in-betweens and the grays. She is 8, so he had to let her know. But, like, he's supposed to sit back and call him, but, he's supposed to sit back and call him out of his damn name and let her. Nah, fuck that, she knows. Oh, shit. Me as a kid, I'd probably think about it, if anything. I'd sit down and think about it before we leave. I'd be like asking questions like why and how come and see what they tell me and debate on my own self if that was right or wrong, or if that's like, oh, well, that makes sense, I guess. I wouldn't want to, blah, blah. Like, I'd sit there and consider it. Shit. Like, she's like, no, that's bad. Like, little shit, if you don't handle that better than what I would have pushed her out. Oh shit, done. Oh fuck. Yeah, you wouldn't let anybody survive. You said fuck everybody, yo. When night fell, they'd managed a little under 90 miles. The last 20 on a snaky scratch of earth, no wider than the truck. The ranger map was useless. The thin red squiggle marking the fire road had changed over to hyphens, a polite topographical symbol for an unimproved road. If the tall switches of dead grass sprouting in a mohawk down the very center were to be believed, no one had been on this road. Really, nothing more than a cut in the dirt. In years, the truck bounced and jousted in a squall of worn shocks as their speed dropped from 30 to 20 to 10, and night leaked into the dense clouds, inking them black. "We need to stop," Alex said. "Even with headlights, this is impossible." "I know. Over there." Tom gestured to the right. "Looks like part of an old fence." In the dimming light, Alex jotted a jagged post listing like the Tower of Pisa. Beyond, the ground was level, open, and overgrown. Probably part of an old pasture gone to seed. She braked, jockeyed the stick into neutral, then killed the engine. "I think this takes being off the beaten path to a whole new level." "Yeah." Tom popped his door and swung out. "Come on, let's set up the tent. Ellie, Minnie needs to be let out." Ellie said nothing, but when Alex slid from the cab and the girl scooted out, waited until Tom had dropped the tailgate and clambered it onto the flatbed. "Careful where you step," Tom said. He held out a flashlight. They might have used barbed wire for the fence. "I'm not talking to you," said Ellie, digging into her Hello Kitty backpack, "and I have my own flashlight." "Best thing is to leave her alone." Alex watched the bob of Ellie's torch and saw the dog weaving in and out of the light, its nose to the ground. "Yeah." Let me see. Oh shit, how? If I'm helping you survive, don't raise your voice at me or question my methods, and don't compare me to your father. I mean, true. Like, I'm cool with the questioning, but the last two gotta go. About to snap on you. Thanks for following a bunch of numbers. Please don't be a bot, or I will ban you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Okay, so let me see. Yeah. Tom stood, arms akimbo, looking after Ellie as she waded through the field. I really screwed up. Hey, you're always talking about cutting myself a break. What about you? She's just a kid. Come on, let's set up the tents and get a fire going. We'll all feel better after we eat something. This nigga followed with a burner account? Oh shit. As they pitched the tent, she said, I know you don't want to hear this, and I know I wasn't much help back there, but now I think you did the right thing for Larry. Tom was pounding in a steak, so his face was hidden. I'm having a hard time believing that. Did you ever, over in Afghanistan, did you kill someone because he asked me to? A mercy kill? Now Tom looked up. No. I know this will sound stupid, but there's killing the enemy, and then there's flat-out murder. There was this one guy in my squad. Name was Crow. He was all torn up. This EFP, explosively formed penetrator. Blasted right through the Humvee in his helmet. Took out most of his face and half of his skull. Didn't kill him. And when I got to him, he was conscious. So I was holding his hand, telling him to hang on. And Crow looked right at me, well, with the one eye that was left, and he said, clear as a bell, kill me. I heard him okay, but I pretended I didn't. So Crow said it again and kept on until he passed out. One of his buddies went to see him later, and Crow said, you tell that son of a bitch Eden he fucked up. He survived? Oh yeah. Haven't you heard? The war's been great training for those brain surgeons. The upside is you live. The downside is you don't want to spend a lot of time around mirrors, assuming you're not a vegetable. Why do you think he wanted me to kill him? But he is alive. You might not think that way now, Tom. Alex, he was our age. Tom gave the steak a final savage whack. If Larry's right, I'll give you three guesses what Crow's like now. Damn. Ellie spent the evening not eating and avoided them both. When Tom tried talking to her, the girl resolutely stared at the ground and hugged the dog until Tom gave up. Shortly thereafter, Ellie took Mina and ducked into the tent. For the next hour, Tom and Alex huddled over in the road atlas. They found at the ranger station. Maybe we should English! Maybe we should double back, Alex said. I hate doing that. It's just a waste of gas and time. Look, the map says this levels out, and we already know this is farmland, right? So there'll be other houses along the way, which means that the roads have to get better. We keep on this, eventually you'll feed into that fire road, and that'll take us northwest, up around Orin. Big town. Yeah, and a lot of people. How far? 40, 50 miles, give or take. And the other choice? We head southwest and then cut west. There's an old mine there, and a pretty small town about 30 miles north of mine. Actually, it doesn't look like more than a village. He squinted close to read the name. Rural. So that might be better. Fewer people anyway. Maybe. I just wish I thought to stop at that farm. Might have been a truck or car and some gas. He shook his head, his breath pluming. Man, I'm not thinking straight. You're doing way better than I could. I couldn't shoot anyone I know, and you cared about Jim. No. Staring into the fire, he sighed, and let his hands dangle from his knees. Yeah, I did, but that's not all of it. Remember I said that I tracked him? Well, I had Jim twice before. I could have taken him out, and probably should have, but I didn't. I was like Larry. It was like Crow all over again. I kept thinking, what if I was wrong? Maybe he'd snap out of it and be Jim again. I just couldn't do it, and then it was almost too late. If Helly hadn't screamed, well, she did, and then you saved us. Their eyes locked. Then he reached over and cupped her face with one hand. Maybe we saved each other, he said.
Let me see.
Fuck, wait. No. What'd you say over there? Oh, shit.
Who the fuck? The numbers? Like, we can talk, she can ask, but that yelling is what make niggas stop their food. Or at least the wild hoes. Guess it's just flat out murder when Fetty Wap asks you for a favor. Fetty Wap, huh? Oh, shit. Hey, what's up, Hidden? Oh my god. Let's see. I can shoot anyone. I know niggas be weak in the apocalypse. Get out, done. And then you want to talk about how you ain't gonna kill us. Okay. Unless you're talking about if we turn zombies, and that's fine. Whew. Alex took the first watch. Go on. I'll wake you up around 1, I promise. Tom glanced toward the tent, into which Ellie had disappeared an hour or two before. I'm thinking I'd just as soon not risk waking her up. I'll put up the pup tent against a truck and sleep there. Midnight came. There were no stars and no moon, for which Alex was grateful. As she fed the fire, she wondered, dreamily, how long it would take for the mood to go back to the way it had been. Years? She yawned. The fire's warmth toasted her face and hands. Her back was cold, but the cold helped keep her alert. She thought about Tom, too. She wasn't sure what was happening, or what all this meant. Her whole body hummed, hungry for his touch. It wasn't lust. It was the desire to be close, to be held by him. She'd never had a boyfriend, never been kissed. There'd been one guy, very hot, a moony sophomore with long eyelashes named Shane. They'd gone out as part of a pack and swapped shy glances, but never hooked up. Then her parents died, and it was like she became radioactive, as if her friends weren't sure if having a good time was allowed. So they stayed away. Then she moved in with her aunt, changed schools, got to be the new kid in midstream. Then came the diagnosis, and her world became an endless round of therapy and hospitals and doctors. If you turn into a zombie, yeah, y'all dead with no hesitation. If you ain't part of my crew, y'all dead with no hesitation. Oh shit, I will not be lagging in the not giving no mercy. Oh shit. Bro touched. Starved is the worst. I mean, she's feeling it. I mean, that's good, I guess, Donzo. Let's just chill out. Let me see. She glanced over at Tom's pup tent. Had he thought about her before he fell asleep? Actually, knowing Tom, he might still be awake. So, what would happen if she slipped into his tent? Or what if nothing happened? God, she could see it now. Tom trying to let her down easy, telling her that they're under a lot of stress, and this isn't the best way to start a relationship. Leave it, she decided. She didn't want to know. The hour meant on Ellie's Mickey Mouse watch hit 1. Alex decided to let Tom sleep another hour, which became 2, and slipped into 3, and then a prod at her back. Alex? What? She jammed awake, stiff and very cold. Fumbling with the Mossberg, trying to turn at the same time, she almost fell from her perch. Whoa, it's just me, Ellie said. Mina was by her side, grinning, her tail whisking in the chill air. The night was nearly over, and dawn showed as a dull pewter smudge on the horizon. Snow sifted down in a fine salt. Ellie, she huffed out in relief, her breath coming in a cloud. Don't do that. I'm sorry, but you wouldn't wake up.
Ellie pointed. The fire's out. I would have started it, but I was afraid I'd burn you. Oh. Now she saw that the girl was cradling a stack of kindling. She glanced at Ellie's watch, 7 o'clock. Beyond, she saw that Tom's tent was still sealed up tight. Unusual for him. I guess I was tired. Can I go ahead and... Sure. She crouched alongside the dead fire as the girl slid her kindling into the frosted grass. Mina came to press against Alex's side and moaned, as Alex ruffled the dog's ears. You want me to help? Alex asked. No, I got it, Ellie said. She worked in silence, sweeping away dead, cold ash, then mounding fuel. Alex watched as Ellie touched a match to shred wood and what looked like milkweed. Where'd you find the fluff? Over by the woods, Ellie said, not looking up. She blew a slow, even breath, and a tiny orange bloom flared as the tinder caught with a crackle. Ellie carefully fed thin twigs to the flames. I didn't go alone. I took Mina, and I've got the whistle. I wasn't criticizing. You're doing great. Oh, eyes still on the fire. Ellie chewed on the lower lip. I'm sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have yelled. Ellie's pigtails were crooked, hair corkscrewing out in unruly tufts. Reaching over, Alex hooked an errant blonde curl behind the girl's left ear. You're upset with Tom. Me too. Ellie cut a quick sidelong glance. You were? Yeah. I didn't think what you did was right. What about now? I understand better. I think Tom's doing the best he can. We all are. I don't want him to hate me. Ellie's eyes pooled. I don't want anything to happen to you guys. She wanted to promise that nothing would. Instead, she opened her arms. Come here. Face nodded against a sob, the girl slid into her embrace, pressing her face into Alex's neck, as Alex gathered her up and held her tight. Whining, Mina danced back, then came to lean against Alex. After a few moments, Alex felt the girl relax and her muscles soften, and then Ellie's scent became fuller, nutmeg and warm vanilla. No one moved or said anything, except for the dog, which sighed and nosed Ellie's hair. Beyond the orange rose of the fire, Alex saw Tom's tent shiver, heard the smooth zip as he opened the front flap. Then he was pushing his way out. His thick hair was mussed, and his face was still creased with sleep. Alex, why? He stopped when he spotted them, and stood uncertain. Wordlessly, Ellie left Alex and made a beeline for Tom, who knelt as the girl flung herself against his chest. I'm sorry, Ellie said, her voice muffled by Tom's shirt. Please don't hate me, Tom. I could never hate you, honey, Tom said. His arms hugged Ellie, but his eyes were on Alex. I'm so sorry. I'll try really hard never to hurt you again. Me too. Arming away tears, Ellie gave him a shaky smile. I made the fire. By yourself? All by herself. Alex swallowed against a sudden tightness in her throat. Why don't you get cleaned up? I'll get breakfast going. Can I take Mina for a walk? Ellie asked. When Tom hesitated, she continued. I'll be careful. I went out yesterday and it was fine, and I had to get stuff for the fire this morning. Sure. He chucked her under the chin. Don't go too far, okay? Okay. And then Ellie darted in and startled him with a swift, hard kiss on the cheek. Come on, Mina, she called, dancing away. The dog took 3 steps, paused, and then, tail wagging, looked back at Alex. Don't look at me, Alex said to the dog. I have to make breakfast. Mina! Ellie stood in a thicket of brown meadow grass, so high it brushed the girl's waist. Snow billowed around her shoulders in a soft, fine curtain. Come on! Go on, girl, Alex said, puzzled. She watched as the dog gave her a reproachful look before bounding after Ellie. She turned to look up at Tom as he came to stand alongside. Well, that was weird. The dog, I mean. Probably just hungry, Tom said absently, staring after the pair, already partially obscured behind a veil of swirling snow. She really cares about you, and I care about both of you, he said, still staring after Ellie, although there was nothing to see now but snow. I meant what I said, too. I would never hurt her, or you. I'd rather... He shook his head. Hey! Close up, she saw that his cheeks were hectic with color. His smell was warm and lush. She wished she could be like Ellie and simply go to him, no questions asked. I feel the same way. He looked down at her, the snow clinging in delicate, perfect flakes to his hair. You mean that? They were close enough that she saw the throb of his pulse in his neck. Yes, she said, I mean it. Then I want you to promise me something, he said. She heard the wild, hard drum of her heart. What? Promise me that if I change, Tom said, you'll kill me. Woo! And we're done for the night. Because I am shook. My throat is shook. We all shook. So that was Ashes for today. I only read 5 chapters today, but, it's whatever. I'll try and read more next time. So what did you guys think about these last 5 chapters? I'm weak, Nay. You should have